All right, it's Thursday night, man, and like a rhinestone cowboy, we're riding into your night. What's up, Jerry?
What's up, man? How are you?
Good, man.
I'm doing pretty fucking good. Can't complain, man. Enjoying the what do you call it? The I wouldn't say irresponsible life, but unresponsible life. So
So your wife
having
doesn't have you
fun.
doing projects?
Well, all the fucking time, but that was when I was working. It doesn't really matter. I mean,
Yeah,
that
that's
hasn't
nothing
changed.
new.
Yeah.
You be in the house, bitch, making dinner and everything.
Well, I've always been that.
You're out there. She says, Jerry, can you stop grilling? Can we have something different than grill? I'm just joking.
Dude, I
I
can
know
eat barbecue. I can eat barbecue every day,
I know
man.
you could cook. Your sister told me, so
Yeah.
she loves your food. Hey, man. So I just want to interrupt you a little bit.
And you did.
Yeah. Well, keep going.
About what?
You always introduce the guest,
I know, I'm just fucking with you. First
asshole.
of all, what we're gonna do, we did 1970 last week, right? If I remember right, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
we're gonna do best songs of 1971 tonight, which is my birthday year. So fuck all you guys, it's my birthday this time. Um,
It was none of
and
their
let's introduce
birthdays.
our guest, man. The Astro fan, I'm looking forward to meeting in a couple months, man. How you doing, Andy? Hip Hop Harry, man.
Hip Hop Harry, yeah. I'm doing all right. I'm excited about this, dude. I had more I was telling Joseph, I had three different lists that I could have done today. I'm going with list number two is what I'm doing. I
Was you draw? Did you draw it out of the hat?
No, I just decided that list number two was better.
Got it.
You know
And
what's funny about that, Andy?
yeah,
I said I couldn't find any, and then I was just searching again. And I said, "Whoa,
yeah.
whoa, whoa, whoa!" I started seeing. I even
Oh
got some
yeah,
honorable mentions now.
I have like 20 honorable mentions. It's a
Oh
long
yeah,
list.
me too.
Well,
Yeah.
I stopped looking at the list because I was getting irritated because I go, "Fuck, too late."
That's
I
what I
took
did this week.
I
I
took
took the
four
first 11
out.
song. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I took four out and put three in honorable mentions.
Yeah.
So,
I stuck with the first original 11 I had on the list. That's what I'm sticking with.
well, I saw better ones
Yeah,
in
I could
there.
have changed some of them, but I like all these songs, so
Yeah.
I don't really. But anyway, our second
Really,
guest, man.
I hate a lot of the songs on my list. I don't know.
Yeah, I picked 11 of the shittiest songs from
Yeah, just some
1971.
real shit
Some
songs.
hits and some drizzling shits.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Drizzling, thrilling
Like
hits and drizzling shits.
Yep.
Classic. And then our second guest is Joseph Staub, man, my Sticks brother. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Doing good. I've seen a lot of Jerry lately.
Yeah, man. Lucky you.
I
I just see
know.
this beautiful face all the time
you
now.
guys already been recording?
We
Yeah,
did this
earlier
morning, yeah.
today.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Should be out in a couple of days, hopefully. I'm gonna send it to Chris
Oh,
after we're done here.
All right.
Yep,
So you figured out Zoom, Frank.
pretty much, yeah. It was pretty easy, but thank you for your help on that.
It is easy.
It
I
was
had to
pretty
learn
easy.
all this shit by myself, and now you guys have me to ask. I learned
What,
Zoom
you gotta
by
be a
myself.
dick and not tell us how to do it? Come on, man.
No, I'm always helpful. You know that.
See, Mark, it's good to feel needed, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I never want to learn it. I could do Audacity, but it's too much work to use Audacity. That's why I like use Windows Media. Record shit. No, no,
Did you just whip
record.
out Equinox there, Andy?
Yeah, I
no.
think you did. What'd you whip out?
It looked like Equinox.
What did I just whip out? Really? You want to
Yeah.
see what I just whipped out?
No, I don't want to.
Oh,
It looked like you just showed Equinox.
what are you, nuts?
Hey,
Whatever you, hey man, whatever you
hey,
do off air and in your own room in the privacy of your home is your own damn business, man.
when in
But
doubt, he whips it out. He's got himself a
you
rock and
know,
roll band. It's a free for all.
don't do it,
Mm.
Junior. Don't be Nellefson.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, oh,
Oh
that's
boy,
a
you
deep
went
cut
there.
from way
Anyway,
back.
anyway, what's up, Mark? What do you got for BS, dude?
Before we get to BS, I want to explain the obsession with Oingo Boingo the last year. I've
Oh,
been going
okay.
on.
Let's hear it.
Hey,
Let's hear it.
it's a good story. It's
Okay.
because I loved Oingo Boingo as a kid. I got the tapes and stuff, but nobody else around me liked them. Yeah, what are you playing that? Like you guys, it's like
And we still
whatever.
don't.
Yeah. Yeah, but then I got a job at an In-N-Out Burger, and my friend Steve Diaz, he said, "You like Oingo Boingo?" Yeah, I like Oingo Boingo. And then we instantly bonded over that. Really good guy. He died a year ago of cancer.
That's
So
fucked
ever
up.
since then,
Sorry.
this is kind of my little tribute to him saying, Oingo Boingo, Oingo Boingo rules. That's a little shout out, my little shout out to Steve Diaz. It's a year ago yesterday, and I go, I need to tell people why I'm saying Oingo Boingo on all the shows. I love Steve. It's like he was older than me. He's the first guy, like he'd take me, like, he'd say, you want a beer? I go, no, not till 21. I was like 8, 16, 17. He tried to give me a beer. I go, no, dude, I'm cool. And he was cool, man. He's a cool guy. He's a weird guy. He's a good Christian. Love the guy. We talked the Bible and we talked Oingo Boingo, and he got me into the B-52s also. So, and X and bands like that. Bands like Echo and the Bunnymen. He got me into stuff like that. So he's a really cool dude. I miss the guy. And I just want to give a shout out to his wife, Wendy. I don't think she's watching, but I miss Steve too. So, Steve Diaz, you rule.
You know what? That's a cool reason to like him, dude. Seriously, man.
Yeah.
But with that being said, fuck that band.
Yeah.
But every time I say Oingo Boingo, that's a shout out to Steve Diaz, so everybody knows that.
That's good, man.
And,
Seriously.
and every time we say fuck Oingo Boingo, it's because we really hate Oingo Boingo.
I get it. I get it. All right,
Was that Equinox, Andy?
He's asking you.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I got you. I got your Equinox right here, man. All right, he's gonna whip it out.
You have the Grand Illusion there, actually.
All right,
but I do have
nobody caught that one. There you go.
Down there. I got a lot of sticks, but I really do stop at I stop at Kilroy.
Not a good album to stop with.
I tend to stop before then, but
Yeah. I don't like Edge of the Century.
I love Edge of the Century, man.
I like
Brave New World.
Brave New World's awesome. I love Brave New World.
I even like Cyclorama, man.
Everything they've done since 2000 is pretty good.
Everybody gets on my shit for liking Cyclorama. I fucking love that fucking.
I'm even starting to like Crash of the Crown, man.
Killing the thing. That sucks that you're starting to like it because I wanted to do a dirty review on it. Now you're gonna fucking praise it. Fuck. Asshole. Just because you're doing
okay, I'll pretend it sucks if we do a review on it.
Just because you're doing a 6 podcast doesn't mean you need to like everything now.
No, it's because I've been listening to it a lot more. I've been I've been like sticking out, man. Seriously, lately, I'm like actually getting kind of tired of them. But
oh come on! Just when we start a show, you get.
I know.
What do you think about the new song?
It's like I told Joseph on the show earlier. It's like people say this band is in your DNA. That band is fucking in my DNA.
Yeah, me too. What do you think about the new song? Reminds me of like mixed with Mission to Mars and Crash the Crown. It's like a mixture, both of them to me.
It's got a classic. It's got a classic '70s stick song. It's got like the '70s era and even a little wood and nickel-ish with the keyboards.
But why is Lawrence Galton always the first single? If you notice that, "Gone, Gone, Gone" from Mission and the Crash the Crown was him too.
Well, that was
Tommy writes them too.
Yeah. But speaking of people who passed, Steve Diaz, Rick Dillinger passed away the other day at age 77. So what do you guys think about that?
I never heard of Rick Dillinger before.
Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo?
Rick Derringer.
Rick Derringer.
Oh, my bad.
You're horrible with names, dude. I love that about
I am. So are you. You can't.
No, I don't.
You can't say Raznick.
Oh, one fucking name. It's like impossible to say in 10 different languages.
I can't say Gishman, so
Gershman. That's how you say it, right?
Gertzman.
I don't know.
Gertzman. Well, whatever. Yeah, man. I wasn't a huge Derringer fan, but it's sad. I mean, everybody knows Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo. I mean, come on. But other than that, I was just a casual fan of the guy. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of people that did like him. So, rest in peace, dude. And thanks for the music he gave people.
Andy.
Yeah, I think we talked briefly about him on Black Spinner on Tuesday. He worked a lot with the hold on,
Weird Al.
No,
the Winter Brothers.
The Winter Brothers. Yeah. With Johnny and
Edgar.
Edgar, he was part of that white trash band that they had. Really good guitarist and a really good lyricist. I think that's where he made most of his money was from his lyricist. And my co-host and great buddy Al Horta said to pick up Derringer live. He said it's a really good live album. So
he played a lot with Weird Al too, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the early days, he did a lot of the guitar. I think he did the solo on "Eat It." He
Oh, really?
replicated Eddie's solo.
He was on a lot of people's albums, like Cyndi Lauper and a
Mhm.
lot of shit, man. I didn't even know.
Oh yeah, he was
I
telling
only
on
knew
Hulk Hogan's theme song.
Yeah, he wrote Hulk Hogan's "Real American."
I only knew Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo.
When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. Dun,
Bam,
dun,
bam,
dun.
bam, bam, bam,
Do you have that
bam,
on
bam.
vinyl, guys?
No.
Fuck no.
Great song, atrocious human being that it represented.
Right.
But uh, fun enough, I saw something that everyone thinks that it was actually Rick Derringer singing that song, and it wasn't.
No.
It was somebody else. It was his like songwriting partner that was singing that. I don't think he sang Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo either. I think he just played the guitar, but it was his name on everything.
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Kind of like Robin Trower, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ted Nugent with Meatloaf and
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
And Derek St. Holmes, yeah.
Yeah. But
I don't know, Ted could always bring it vocally. I don't know why he
he can.
More, you know what I mean? I mean, Derek's a great singer, he's fucking amazing singer. But I think Ted could have done it on his own. And he has been lately, so.
Yeah, but I can't picture anyone else singing Stranglehold, so.
Yeah, that's true.
No.
What a great fucking song that is, man. He's never topped that song, in my opinion.
Yep. That would be an interesting thing to do on a show. Songs on a band's debut album that they never topped. Yeah. Something like Stranglehold, probably something off the first Boston album, something like that.
Nice. But Sammy Hagar got called out on Instagram, and he responded to the fan because they said, "Oh, you dropped Bonham like Van Halen dropped Sharon," and he goes, "No, that didn't happen. I'm sure where you're coming from this. He had to leave on tour because his mom and Kitty replaced him last minute. Jason's schedule, you'll see he was in Europe, wasn't available for rehearsal or anything for the residency. He had a lot of other commitments, country communion, reunion, and the Led Zeppelin experience." He says it just didn't work out, and he just had to get a replacement because he is playing Led Zeppelin experience right now. So
yeah, but that's not what Jason Bonham said.
What did Jason Bonham say?
Last year he kind of called out Sammy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
Yeah.
There's something about Bonham wanted to go back to his mom because his mom was really sick, and Sammy just said, "We're going to move on without you," and that's all there was to it.
Oh, but Sammy explained it. But Jason also said, I also read what Jason said, that we're still friends. I have nothing against him. And Sammy went on to say, I'm sure we'll play again some other time, So, but
we shall see.
We shall see. I just wanted to get that in there. And the Rock and Metal Combat podcast beat me to this fucking. I didn't even think they'd bring it up. Trickster's Pete Loran doesn't understand why Sebastian Bach is obsessed with getting back with Skid Row. Let it go, man.
He's not. I don't understand why people keep saying that. He's not. He does his own thing.
But he always says we should get back together with them. He does
not
say
really.
I haven't heard this. I did hear him say that before, but it isn't like every interview he says, "Man, I want to go back."
It's not like Sammy Hagar talking about Van Halen every single time he talks about anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, and Sebastian Bach's solo album was better than Skid Row's last album.
They were both great, though.
They both were. Don't get me wrong, but I preferred Sebastian Bach's album was awesome.
That would honestly, those new songs were one of the big reasons I was happy that he was at M3 this year because he played some of those new songs. I was really happy that he did that.
I'm hoping I can get there Rocklahoma early, man, so we can go to that.
Well, I heard he fucking kicked ass, Sebastian.
Oh my God, he was amazing at M3 this year. Off the chart.
I will try, Jerry. Just get off the plane quickly, and I'll be waiting.
I'll tell him to drop me off 20 miles. I could soar into
just parachute out.
Well, I'll just meet you there. I'll parachute there. And
get off the plane, but don't get on the plane. Off the plane. Yeah. Okay, whatever.
Let Evel Knievel get on the plane. I'm getting in the plane. George Carlin. Classic.
All right. Anybody else have to say about Sebastian Bach obsessed with Skid Row? Nothing? All right. And then we go, I thought this was hilarious. Punk band Private Function unleashes vinyl that smells like Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina.
Well, she has her perfume that's supposed to smell like her vagina.
Well, she has
that's fucking disgusting.
She has a candle.
That's fucking disgusting. It's a candle.
Yeah.
That's fucking disgusting. Sorry.
I thought it's hilarious. They made the vinyl smell like the
I
candle.
mean, what the fuck is wrong with people? Seriously, dude. But you know what? There are fucking sickos out there that's gonna buy it just because of that. So
No,
more
but they
power
made
to
the
her, I
vinyl
guess.
smell like her vagina, like her
I mean,
candle. I
fucking
thought that was funny.
women are selling farts in jars, man. It's ridiculous,
Really,
man.
where?
I mean, I oh well, I'll tell you after the show. I don't want to like give up my sources on the air. So
Open a jar and
shit,
Oh
if I could
god.
sell and bottle mine, man, I'd probably get the army will probably contact me and use it for fucking chemical warfare. But
Replace Agent Orange.
I mean, seriously, these videos, these girls are like doing fart and burp videos, and people are buying it. And these women, it's just disgusting, dude. What the fuck is wrong with men, man? I'm telling
You
you.
know what? That's the thing. It's men. Hey, if women can make money off that, more power to them. You know what?
Hey,
Honestly, I am all for it.
if I could,
If these stupid men would be willing to pay something like that,
yeah.
I'm all for that.
If they want to pay and smell my feet, I'm all for it, man.
I just gotta find a stupid woman that wants to smell me.
That's just it. They're not.
It's men who buy all this shit. It's not
It
women.
is.
I know that was
Women want to see, like men want to see women suck their toes, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Anywho,
Okay, but the thing is, the guitar player explained the band was inspired by her candle. Smells like my vagina. So I was just laughing like at
that
that.
is so.
But
Freaking...
then, did you guys hear about the writer who was fired for using AI to make a summer reading list that featured several books that were completely made up?
Never. I don't even understand that. Never heard that before.
He is Chicago Sun-Times. He's not a writer for that, but they pay him to do art periodicals or whatever.
Yeah.
He went to AI and asked for a summer book reading list, and he put it up, and a lot of these books were made up. It wasn't real. And he didn't even check it.
Bum, 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 bum.
That's what I'm saying. AI, they can't even spell freeform right half the time.
Yeah.
He should be fired because he's not doing his job.
No, he's being lazy.
Yeah.
I did an AI for this first Styx album. It said, the Styx, their first album featuring Dennis DeYoung, J.Y., James Young, Tommy Shaw, Chuck Panazzo, and John Panazzo. I'm like, hello, Tommy wasn't on that album. So I'm not going to trust anything AI does. Never.
Hey, so Jerry gave me this story. Olympic gold medalist Larry Lou Retton.
Mary Lou Retton.
I said Mary. I corrected myself.
You said Larry.
Mary. Lou Retton was arrested earlier this month for a DUI in West Virginia. The former Olympian was arrested in Marion County, West Virginia on May 17th for driving under the influence of alcohol, controlled substances, or drugs, according to records posted online by West Virginia. But I just go, yeah, she's rock and roll now. She's not the sweet girl we knew in 1984.
Right.
That rules. On, Mary. Have that fucking drink.
I know she suffers pain issues.
Yeah.
And that's probably why she drinks a lot, but still don't get behind the wheel. I mean, she was 1984, man. She was the queen of the country, man.
America's
Everybody loved
sweetheart,
her.
man.
She was, man. And she was great. And she played the role well back then. I mean, but yeah, it's sad to hear that happen.
Hey, man, that's rock and roll. Fucking Slayer should get her on tour. Get out there and drink.
She could do some flips. Yeah.
Do some flips for Slayer. She's about our age, too, Jerry.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I go
about half our height, too.
You know, half these people that I thought they were older than me, or like the same age or a year younger, like Christina Applegate. Yeah. I thought she was older than me because she was on TV. Nope. And no, I'm like
because she didn't turn 18 until like season 4 of Married with Children, because everyone kept talking about it like, oh, yeah. don't act like the early seasons. Be careful.
All right.
Hey, I can because I was her age, so I can look at the early seasons and go, hey, baby. I was her age then.
Not now, you can't.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, that was her young. I was her age at that age. Whatever I'm trying to say. But
I don't think you understand what we're saying. You're 53 now.
So is she.
She wasn't then.
But I was her age then, so I could still look at her like that.
I actually see what Mark's saying. Back then it was okay, basically.
Back then it's okay, but if you do it now, it's a little weird.
Well, I'm looking at her like, damn.
Yeah, it'd be season 4 and above. That's what
I'm looking at her and go, damn, I could have been with her because I was her same age almost. There you go. So a different way of thinking there. But What do you guys think, man? Billy Joel's got water on his brain, canceled his medical
Yeah.
performances.
Canceled his medical performance.
Canceled due to medical condition. God dang, I'm not. Why am I?
You're what are you drinking?
All over the
I'm
place.
drinking some whiskey. I don't know what's wrong with me tonight. I don't know. I've been having a bad day, so I'm kind of slurring a little bit. I just started drinking when the show started. But what do you guys think? Cancels all upcoming
I
performances
mean,
due to his medical condition, which is basically water on his brain, which controls his mental functions, his everything. You know.
Well,
I
well,
mean,
if
he did the. I'm sorry, Andy. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, man. If he can't perform, he's not going to go out there. I
Your
mean,
health is number one. Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, man, it sucks, man. I love Billy Joel, and when I saw him, he's amazing. But
He's been doing it for over 50 years, man. Give the guy a break already.
yeah. Oh, Billy Corgan asked why Smashing Pumpkins' newer albums sound so plastic. Billy Corgan responded, "If you want me to make music that reminds you of 1992, pay me $1 million." Any thoughts on that?
No.
Oh,
No?
I do.
You
Okay,
guys
no.
love Billy Corgan and
I
Smashing
love
Pumpkins,
Smashing.
so I won't bash him.
Hey,
You
you're
guys
still
like
waiting
them,
for
so.
that 49ers jersey. I'm still waiting for that Smashing Pumpkin CD.
That their latest CD is the closest to their '90s sound that they've done in a long time,
I agree.
and I
Amazing.
really dig it. I think it's really good. His voice, I know people don't like his voice, but it's still Billy Corgan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
His voice is still intact. His guitar work is still immaculate. It's him and James Aya and Jimmy. I mean,
Yeah.
man, that's 3 out of the 4 of the classic lineup. Well, pretty much.
Isn't there a girl in that band?
No, she just joined for the tour, but hopefully when they make a new album, Kiki gets on there. I love
Yeah.
her.
No, I mean
They had
before
two
that,
girls.
even
Well, yeah, they
before
had
that.
Darcy Retzky
Oh,
before
that was
that.
Darcy, but there was a guy who quit on under the guitar. I forgot his name.
I think there was two girls when I saw them.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
well,
Oh,
Kiki's the Asian girl, and I've been watching her on Instagram for like 10 years. Fucking
Yeah,
great.
there was like a blonde too, I think.
But she's a blonde Asian. She does dye her hair
Oh,
blonde.
okay.
Yeah.
yeah. When I saw them, dude, there were so many guitar players on.
I'll
What?
leave that out.
What?
He wants to give it to me, and I said, "Fuck, I gotta send him his 49ers
I'll mail it to
hoodie."
you.
I want that on vinyl.
I got all these doubles, man. I'm gonna
What do
give
you
you guys a list if you guys
what do you
want any
got?
of them.
Well, ask me. No, we'll ask everybody. I don't want to be selfish, shellfish. But man, yeah, I love the new Smashing Pumpkins
Yeah.
album. It's fucking amazing. I need to buy it. I kind of like stole it, but I'm gonna because I want to make sure it was good before I bought it. You know, the
What
good thing.
was the last one that what a Gory Mori May or something like that?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
good.
That's really
I think they played a couple songs off that when I saw them.
Yeah.
It's in good
But
shape.
when I saw them, they had like 4 guitar players on stage.
Yeah.
And you really have to get that sound
Yeah.
because a lot of it was studio, and right there you knew that they weren't using backing tapes or nothing because they were employing all these guitarists to get that pumpkin sound.
Green Day does the same thing now. You know,
There's
they bring
28 fucking songs on this album.
Well, yeah,
Yes,
it's a
Jerry.
double album.
double album. Hey, that might make my list next week. Maybe.
Good luck.
But let's get to. Go ahead,
But
Andy.
it could have been cut shorter.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be 28 songs. It could have been 25.
Yeah, I agree with that. But let's get to some movie news. I'm kind of pissed a little bit because Disney rehashed an old movie that beat this movie in sales, but this movie still did it did good. It broke a record for Mission Impossible movies. So I'm happy for it. Tom Cruise is celebrating Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, setting an open weekend box office record for the 29-year-old franchise. And he said, most of all, thank you to audiences everywhere for whom we all serve and whom we all love to entertain. And when I saw the movie, before the movie, he came on and said, thank you for coming to see
Yeah.
this movie. The producers, the people who made this movie, we thank you. This is the way you should see a movie. And I agree with him. You should go see movies like that in the movie theater. Don't, even if you have the best home stereo, home sound, surround sound, that's the best way to see it first and buy it after, man, because it was just, I was fucking I had to go to the restroom a couple times. I held that fucking shit because
I did too.
It was fucking so good. I didn't want to leave. One of the, like I've said, you got franchises that go that long, they start losing their
They got
flavor.
better.
Fast and Furious. But the Mission Impossible, every movie got better.
Yep,
Better. And I congratulate Tom Cruise, one of my favorite actors of all time. Only one movie I never liked by him, Eyes Wide Shut. That movie sucked.
Yeah, that movie did suck.
Yeah. So I congratulate. You have any thoughts on that, Jerry? You saw the movie too.
Oh, an incredible fucking movie. And if it is, they didn't, it wasn't clear if it was the end or not. They could make another one, I guess. I mean, one of the main characters got killed off, but that's going to happen in movies. The main characters are going to get killed, unfortunately. But I think they gave him a good out. He had some great speeches at the end.
Kind of
That
made
was
me
awesome.
cry when he was saying that speech to him, dude. I was like,
I know it was amazing.
Yeah.
And I got to say one thing, that Haley Atwell is an absolute fucking babe.
You know, she was pregnant during the making of those action
scenes. Was
she? Yeah, and she
said,
they said, "Hey, take it easy. We'll get somebody to do this for you." She goes, "No, I got it." She did her own fighting.
Yeah,
you know.
I always liked her. She did that Marvel show. I can't remember what it was.
Agent Carter.
Agent Carter. That was awesome.
She was in the Captain America, dude.
Yeah, she is. I liked Rebecca Ferguson too. It's sad that they killed her off too, but man, Haley Atwell stacked, and she's just amazing. I mean, she's beautiful too. I mean, but anyway, it's a great movie, and if it is the end,
it's the accent, Jerry. It's the accent.
It does help.
Yeah. I know these two probably haven't seen it, so
yeah. But it was a good movie.
I've never seen any of them actually.
You should get the box set and watch them all. I got the whole Blu-ray up to the last two. So
I love the TV series. I love, all kinds of people were in that show. Spock,
but I just love it how they brought stuff
Peter
back
Graves.
from the original movie. It's like, I don't want to ruin it for people out there. You need to see it. It's a fucking love letter to the whole series.
Yeah.
And it actually has its own, it's just so amazing. The writers, and I can't wait for Maverick 3, Top Gun 3. I heard that's already the script is already done, so I can't wait for that also. Tom Cruise I think he is my favorite actor of all time. I just love that fucker.
He doesn't make many bad movies.
No, it's not Bruce Willis made a lot of bad movies, even though I do like Hudson Hawk.
I'm trying to think off the top of my head how many Tom Cruise movies I've actually seen.
I haven't seen nothing past Outsiders. So
Risky Business.
Oh, damn,
I've seen Outsiders. I've seen
Days of Thunder.
I've seen More of the Worlds.
Far and Away.
Far and Away is a great movie.
That's fuck yeah.
Risky Business.
Risky Business.
I've never seen Risky
All
Business.
the Right Moves.
Risky Business, but that was before or after The Outsiders?
As after.
That was
after.
It was like the same year, actually. I think
pretty much. Yeah, they were close together.
I think they were both 83.
All the Right Moves is a great movie. He was a high school football player. Great dude. The guy is Jerry Maguire.
Tropic Thunder.
Jerry
Maguire was awesome.
That wasn't really his movie. He just
but still, he made that movie.
I know he did, but Jerry Maguire. You never seen Jerry Maguire?
Great movie.
Color of Money.
Kind of like a comedy.
Rain Man.
Nah.
Color of Money.
That's one. I have to be honest. I did not care for.
Color of Money.
I started Color of Money.
That's Paul Newman and him, dude.
I saw the original Hustle. I never watched Color of Money.
Oh, Color of Money's really good, dude. You should check that out. I think Paul.
Newman.
Yeah, it's Paul Newman. Yeah.
Yeah, Paul Newman. I think he won for that best actor.
Yes.
Oh man, fucking Born on the 4th of July.
Born on the 4th of July.
Man, that was a great.
You
movie.
Can't handle the truth.
That's A Few Good Men.
Few Good Men too. Yeah.
I've seen that. I have seen that.
Men. Born on the 4th of July. He got ripped off. He should have won that best actor on that movie, man. Like you know a little tidbit about Tom Cruise. In the early days,
I do, but we're not going to talk about it.
In the early days, his co-stars, his actresses, he would have sex with them so it would look real in the movies. He'd have a relationship with them.
Who can argue with that logic?
That tracks.
I do take back that. I do take that back because I did see him when they put him in Family Guy as that little midget.
South Park. Oh, Family Guy. Yeah, Family. He was in
South Park,
and he was in South Park too.
Oh,
they banned that episode because of it.
Yeah. Mom, Tom Cruise is in the closet.
It was making fun of Scientology.
Yeah.
Okay.
I make fun of Scientology. I'll make
Tom
fun of Scientology too, but Tom Cruise is. I
Tom
separate
Cruise
that
is
shit
a
from me.
fudge packer.
Yeah.
Wait, Mom, is that Tom Cruise?
Wait, you never seen Top Gun, Andy?
No, I told you a million times I've never seen Top Gun.
Okay,
I don't care for it.
I've never
Okay.
seen it either.
At the edge and listen to it happen.
I feel the need for speed, baby.
Mark, you know me in 80s movies.
Yeah, but these movies actually age well.
Okay.
They
You
age
still know me in 80s movies.
Yeah, that timeline.
That's just a not,
all right.
not a great decade for me.
We'll get to my last BS story, and then we'll get to Joseph. 8 years after Chris Cornell's death, it's been teased that Soundgarden might finally be able to drop a full unreleased album of material with the late singer on vocals, because they were making an album before he died. So, what do you guys think about that?
I never know. I mean, sometimes those things can turn out really well. Sometimes they can turn out really shitty. Like, there's very few albums that I've ever heard of people after they died where it was actually really a great album.
The Doors? I don't know.
Exactly. Like Queen did one, it was okay.
Made in Heaven sucked.
It's okay. There's some good songs on there. But like a lot of those like post death albums, especially if it took that long to do it, I don't know. I'd rather just leave their legacy as it was, especially since their last album was pretty good.
Yeah.
The one they did when they got back together was actually pretty good.
King Animal ruled.
Yeah. So
I've been away too long. I love that fucking song.
I remember when the single for the Avengers came out, because I was in grade school when that happened, and my friend, that was before I really knew who Soundgarden was. And my friend's like, "Oh my God, Soundgarden's doing the song for the Avengers." I'm like,
I bought that single. I still got it.
I bought it on iTunes when it came out.
Me too. I got it too. Love that fucking band. I love Chris Cornell. Any thoughts on that, Jerry?
Just one. It's been bugging me. I can't figure. What was that? I'm sorry. I don't mean to get back to Tom Cruise. But what was that movie where they took over the military academy?
Bad Boys?
No, that's a bad boy. Taps. That was a good movie too. But anyway, man. You know what? I kind of have mixed feelings about when they do stuff like that, because a lot of people were raving about that Beatles song. I thought it was awful. But the way they did it though was cool, because they used George's solos from the 80s or 90s.
90s.
And how they did it, I thought was awesome. But the song itself didn't really.
The song's terrible.
It sounded like a bad demo is what it sounded like. But it was cool how they did it though. So
it was very, very repetitive.
Yeah, I thought it was on par with. I mean, it's not a great Beatles song, but I thought it was on par with like the songs they put out in the 90s, like "Free as a Bird" or like "Real Love" or whatever it was that they put out with the anthology. Those singles that they put out.
Oh, I liked those singles. I thought they were way better than this last thing they did.
I'm just wondering if they'll do that again, because I'm sure he's got more than just that song sitting in a tape somewhere.
They did that one specifically because that was the one song that they had worked on in the 90s that they weren't able to put out.
Right.
Because they had done one for each of the anthologies. I think that was the one that was supposed to be for anthology 3, and they couldn't separate John's,
they couldn't do it, yeah.
Vocals.
It was the guy. It was Peter Jackson.
It was Peter Jackson that did it. Yeah.
They used AI.
Well, it's because the whole story behind that. I mean, it's a completely different topic than what we're on, but because he had originally used it for the Get Back documentary to separate like speech, like because there was some footage where you couldn't really make out what they were saying, so he was using it to separate the speech from like all the background noise and everything to make it sound better, to make it more comprehensible and stuff. And then he thought, well, I wonder if you could do this for music. And so he went back. He knew, I guess, from talking to Paul and Ringo, that there had been this song that they had worked on in the 90s when the anthology was happening. George had laid down some tracks for it. Paul and Ringo both laid down some tracks for it, but they had to abandon it because they couldn't separate John's vocals from the demo. It was John on the piano was the original demo. And actually, I think it wasn't even a Beatles song. It was like late 70s. Like
Yoko
it was
gave
not.
It to him.
It was Yoko had given it to him because it was one of the things that John had recorded that she thought would sound good as a Beatles song. But they couldn't. They had recorded stuff for it. George had done solos for it. They had done the harmonies and everything, and they just couldn't separate it because the tape was in such bad condition. Yeah. And so Peter Jackson, I guess, knew about the existence of this project and said, "Hey, let me have a crack at it. We had good results when I made this documentary of doing this thing where we could separate vocals and stuff. And so he was able to go back and artificially, using this recognition software, pull the vocals out from the mix and then isolate the vocals, even though the tape was still not in great condition. He was able to isolate the vocals, beef them up a little bit, and then add in all the stuff that they had done in the 90s.
Cool.
All right, Joseph, what do you got?
All right. Well, a couple people posted this yesterday or the day before. Um, this is something that a lot of bands have been doing lately. I know Metallica just had a bunch of their albums and songs recertified through the RIAA to get upped for platinum status. And they had 4 albums that got re-upped. And something that is a little different from what I've seen a lot of other bands do, that I wouldn't be surprised if a lot more bands do now, is that they certified 23 of their songs as well. And not all these songs have been released as singles. A lot of them had been, but a lot of them were just album tracks that I guess had a shit ton of streams, and that qualified them to get certified for diamond, for gold and platinum status.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just going to run through real quick here. For the albums, Kill 'Em All was 3 times platinum. It's now 4 times platinum. Master of Puppets was 6 times platinum. It's now 8 times platinum.
That should be 10, man.
Oh, I'm surprised it's not. They didn't recertify Ride the Lightning though.
Oh fuck.
Ride is still 6 times platinum. They didn't recertify Justice. The Black Album was 16 times platinum. It's now double diamond. It's up to 20 times platinum. So it's one of the few. I think there's only like 10 albums, and a couple of them are double albums, so they're not even actually really 20 times platinum. So the Black Album is one of the few albums in the US that sold 20 million copies. And then Reload was 3 times platinum, is now 4 times platinum. One that's really interesting, the Live Shit Binge and Purge video set. And it specified video, so it's not counting the live album. It's just talking about the video itself. It had never been certified before. It's now 21 times platinum.
I want that so bad on Blu-ray.
Because the way that they do videos is different than how they do albums. Platinum is only like 100,000 copies, I think. So to be 21 times platinum means it sold like 2 million copies.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, especially when they re-released it, because I got it when they put it out on DVD. I got
that's expensive now. You showed me.
Yeah, I got this when it was, you could buy it on Amazon for like $15.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if they put this out again, because I'm surprised they didn't do anything for this in the box sets. They did the Black Album box set, which covered a lot of this stuff, but they didn't do a re-release of this, which I wouldn't be surprised if they do that soon.
But they dropped the load, so after the load gets dropped, they might recertify that.
So yeah, this had never been certified anything before, and they certified it 21 times platinum. So that was pretty interesting. But I'll quickly run through the list here of singles that were certified. And you'll notice that a lot of these were not actually singles; they're just songs that were on albums. And Justice for All, the title track, was certified gold. Wherever I May Roam, that was a single. That was certified platinum. Sanitarium was certified gold. Turn the Page was certified platinum. Unforgiven, 2 times platinum. Memory Remains was finally certified gold. Four Horsemen was gold. Seek and Destroy was platinum. Sad But True is double platinum. The song Ride the Lightning is gold. One is up to 5 times platinum. That had been certified before. I know that. But it's up to 5 times platinum now. Master of Puppets is up to 3 times platinum. The song Master of Puppets, I feel like a lot of that probably has to do because of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
King Nothing is up to gold. I Disappear is gold. Hero of the Day is gold. Hardwired's gold. The song Hardwired, which is surprising. A song that new got certified gold. For Whom the Bell Tolls is up to 3 times gold. I mean, up to 3 times platinum. Fade to Black is up to double platinum. Enter Sandman is up to 9 times platinum. Don't Tread on Me, that's an album track. That's gold. Creeping Death, which is one of their first ever singles, is gold now. Blackened is gold, and Battery is gold. So a lot of those songs were not ever actually released as singles, but it's kind of cool to see that they just kind of, probably because of streaming, are now certified. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of bands do the same thing. The problem is, from what I understand, bands have to pay for that to happen. Bands have to pay for them to go in and research and present it to the RIAA, and then they'll certify it. So bands have to be able to afford to do that. Back in the day, it used to be that the record company would do it. So that's like how even like smaller bands like Kix, Blow My Fuse went platinum. Some of those albums went platinum, but that was because the record company would pay to certify them. So a band like Metallica that's practically shitting out money can pay to get all of those songs certified.
They own all their shit and they release it
on
their own.
Because now it used to be like Elektra and all this
Blackened
stuff. Now
Records
every single one says Blackened Records.
Yeah.
So they were able to pay for all of their certifications. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see some other bigger bands start to do that, where they'll certify, they'll pay to get songs that were never even released as singles certified because of streaming. So bands that are really have a big presence on streaming, that you might start to see do that.
Was Sanitarium released as a single or no?
No, I don't think so.
Right? I know.
I don't even know what the single off Master of Puppets was.
It's always been certified though.
What, Sanitarium? Oh yeah.
Pardon the pun.
I think Battery was the single off Master of Puppets.
Yeah.
Battery?
I think it was. Let me look. No, it was the song Master of Puppets was the only single.
The only single. But
and that one's now up to 3 times platinum.
But I just gotta say, Ben, that's cool, man. I like it. I wish RIAA would like help bands that can't afford this shit and just like give it to them. Get newer bands. Newer bands probably can't afford this shit. Like help them, man. Let's get a fund together for them. But I just want to say one thing. When people on Facebook, when people post anonymous, you guys are fucking pussies. Because we had our friend Mark Dolly, which I go back and forth with this guy all the time because he pisses me off, and he knows he pisses me off because he hyper focuses on me. Fuck you, Mark Dolly. I love you. But fucking somebody went in the Rock and Metal Combat podcast because he has on his YouTube RMCP something Dolly, and he's going, what is this? Stolen valor? Is there stolen valor in the podcast world? And it was anonymous, posted in the Rock and Metal Combat podcast. I don't know if that guy took the post down, but I responded to him. So you're gonna go off on Eric RNCP Jordan next? Ha 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 ha! Like he said, ha 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 about Mark Dolly. So fuck you, anonymous. You fucking suck. You're a pussy. You fucking whoever you are. Fuck off. Let's get to the show, Jerry.
I better change my name.
Anonymous member.
Let's get to the. I defended Mark Dolly because I think that's pushy shit. And even Ian Wally calls out people keyboard warriors. That was a keyboard fucking warrior, but he's a fucking pussy keyboard warrior. Couldn't even say his fucking name. Fuck off, asshole. All right, go, Jerry. What are we doing?
All right, we're doing our top 11 songs of 1971. So let's get to it. We'll start out with Andy, man. What do you got?
All right, Andy. Let me start writing this so I can make a playlist afterwards of what we're doing here for everyone. Oh, I am going to start off with a track off of this album here, off of the band Cahoots. I am going to go with a second track on here, When I Paint My Masterpiece, which is a Dylan original. Dylan put it on his Volume 2 Greatest Hits, but the band made it a hit for themselves. Really good song. And they also performed it at the 30th anniversary Bob Dylan show. So When I Paint My Masterpiece is what I'm going to start off with. I really like that song. It's so good.
I'm not familiar with the band. It's like the band, any bands that end with the word band, kind of, I don't really know.
You don't know the band, the night they drove the Dixie down?
Oh, I know that song. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, or The Weight. You don't know The Weight?
Played, yeah, that song sucks.
You don't like The Weight?
No.
They played at the Pink Roger Waters Wall in Berlin show.
Oh, that was them singing background?
Yeah. On
Comfortably Numb
Mother,
and stuff like that?
Yeah, and Comfortably Numb, Mother.
Oh, okay.
That was them. Levon Helm, Rick Danko.
That was awful, by the way. But
I like
Robbie Robertson. You don't like Robbie Robertson?
Rick Danko, Levon Helm.
Okay, well.
Hey man, Robbie did a song with you too. He rules in my book.
Well, he definitely
Rick
sucks.
Danko was quite. He had a pretty good career as like a songwriter after the band. He had a lot of songs people covered.
Yeah, I did.
Hey, Sweet
Well,
Fire.
damn,
of
how
Love.
old is he now? Because
Old.
They're
he
all
was old
dead,
back
aren't they?
then during the wall thing.
Old.
All right.
Some of them are dead.
Hey Jerry, check out the song "Sweet Fire."
Yeah,
of
they're all
Love.
dead.
Oh yeah, Jerry, they're all dead. They're not here
Oh, they
anymore.
are. Okay. I was gonna say they're pretty old when the walk that Roger Waters walk.
Yeah, they're all dead.
Oh, well, that sucks. All right.
What do you use, Porky Pig?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to open up my list with a band that put out 2 albums in 1971. I had to pick what my favorite song from those 2 albums was. And that is a band that both Mark and Jerry prefer a later era of this band. And that is Yes.
It's the guitar player TR? Okay.
Yeah. And I had to pick it between the Yes album and Fragile. I went with the Yes album, and I went with Yours Is No Disgrace. So that's my favorite Yes song to come out in 1971 is Yours Is No Disgrace.
I didn't pick it a Yes, but they are on my honorable mentions because I knew you were going to pick it, Joseph.
You know me.
All right. Mark.
I'm going to pick, this might be, blasé or whatever, because it's one of his biggest songs of all time. Alice Cooper, I'm 18.
Oh, that's so blasé.
Yeah, it's so blasé. Yeah. When I first started this, like I said, it was hard, but as I looked at it today, fuck, there's more songs. I didn't change it. I barely got 11 songs when I first did this list, but I changed 4 of them out today because I go, oh shit, there's more. And I even got honorable mentions now. I go, fuck, what list was I looking at?
You'll be happy to know, Mark, that I picked a different Alice Cooper song. So.
Well, yeah, I didn't think any of you guys would pick this one because it's blasé.
It's so blasé.
So blasé.
I would never pick a blasé song ever.
Andy, you never.
Never.
Blasé is not on my DNA yet.
You're Mr. Deep Track. And what's
Cool. All right, my number 11 is a band that I'm probably the only one that likes these guys. Never made it really big in the States, but they were huge in early glam metal days. And I'm talking about Slade. The song "'Cause I Love You," man, that's a great song. It was never on an album; it was a single release. But man, I thought they were a very underrated band. It's a shame they really couldn't make it here in the States because they were everything a glam metal band in the '80s was back in the '70s.
They didn't look glam metal when I saw.
Oh, they were absolutely makeup, hair. They were makeup and all that stuff. Yeah.
They were glam.
And it was a different kind of glam back then too. The look. So,
Quiet Riot made them famous.
Well, Slade actually made Quiet. It was a kind of a mutual.
It was a mutual famousness.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Slade took advantage of that and put out an album in the '80s that got popular. So.
Yeah. Well, that album was actually released in England a few years ago. That wasn't a new album. It just Keep Your Hands Off My Power Supply. I think we were referring to.
Yeah, but it was released after, I think. Even in the English version, was released after Quiet Riot, I think.
I've got a Slade out.
It was called The Amazing Kamikaze Syndrome in England.
You might be right, man.
But I think that was released after at least Come On Feel the Noise came out.
Yeah, I'm terrible with years, so you might be right about that. But I always thought, well, anyway, I mean, if you compare the singers, Kevin DeBrell and Noddy Holder, they're very similar in their vocals, man. They both have that awesome rock voice, raspy, a lot of range, and they were a cool band, man. Even Mark's favorite band, Brittany Fox did a cover of Goodbye to Jane.
Fuck that band.
I know Mark loved that. He texted me the other day saying, man, is Brittany Fox, Dizzy Dean coming back or what?
Oh my God.
Yes. Amazing Kamikaze Syndrome came out in December of '83. Metal Health came out in February of '83.
Got it. All right. Like I said, I think it was a mutual relationship between those two bands. I know Kevin didn't like doing them, but
no, he didn't.
It helped them. I mean,
it helped their albums because they didn't have
two out of the 3 biggest hits was what?
It's like
Metal Health, Come On Feel the Noise, and
Metal
Mama,
Health.
We're All
Half
Crazy.
the album was good. Half the album was
2 out of 3 of those songs were Slade songs.
I mean, come on.
It says on
big money.
Yeah, it says on Wikipedia the success of Quiet Riot's version of "Come On Feel the Noise" in late 1983 led to Slade signing with CBS, who would repackage the amazing Kamikaze Syndrome as "Keep Your Hands Off My Power Supply" in 1984.
And there's a beautiful song called "My Oh My" off that album, man.
My
It's
favorite
just
Slade song.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude, isn't that a beautiful song,
Jerry
dude?
picked that on thatmetalstation.com. How many times?
Oh, I love it, dude.
Oh,
It's
fucking
mellow. I know it doesn't really belong on my
No
metal
matter how
station,
many
but
times he picked it, it's not enough. That is an amazing song.
But
really
the
is.
thing is, did I care what thatmetalstation.com wanted?
No, you didn't.
No,
Most
I
people
didn't.
did.
Oingo
Most
boingo,
people did.
bitches. And
Anyway,
Duran.
that's my number 11.
Metal Mike would get pissed off, but he understood because I played more metal than that, so he knows.
We should know his partner on the Plug podcast should realize some of the stuff that Nate played back in the days. He really has
Well, he played
you know,
Debbie Gibson and Tiffany, and
but more power to
Yeah,
him, I guess.
he played Debbie Gibson and Tiffany, and yet Ian got thrown off that metal station for playing black music.
hey, Ian took the shot for fucking Bushy to do what he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
He took the bullet, so and Bushy knows that.
I got this one.
That's it.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, number 10, Andy.
Yeah, my number 10. We talked about this last week when we were making our list for Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, our picks. And 1971 was their big breakthrough. I'm talking about 10 years after.
Good band.
Oh, I have that album. That fucking album rules.
And the song, of course, is I'd love to change the world.
Oh, I love that.
I don't know what to do. And isn't that all of our problems? I'd love to change the world.
But I
just don't know how.
What is this? Doesn't it talk about gay freaks and fairies on that song? Don't they say freaks and fairies on that song?
No.
I thought they said. I'm gonna look at the lyrics. I know they say freaks and something.
That's the Oingo Boingo lyric.
Fuck you.
Right.
All right, Joe, what do you got, man?
All right, so my next pick is definitely cheating. It is 3 songs by the same artist, but they segue into each other on their greatest hits album, even though they did not segue into each other on the original album that was released in 1971. And that is a band that Mark will definitely roll his eyes at me for, and that is the Carpenters. And
nothing wrong with
that. The 3 songs that segued together on their greatest hits album that all came out in 1971 were Superstar, Rainy Days and Mondays, and For All We Know. 3 songs that are just absolutely gorgeous. Karen Carpenter's vocals, Richard Carpenter's production and orchestration. Just 3 phenomenal songs, all came out in 1971. I had to include them all because of the way that they segued them on their greatest hits album. Just if people don't know the Carpenters, those are 3 songs that will tell you everything you need to know about the Carpenters: Superstar, Rainy Days and Mondays, and For All We Know.
I do like Rainy Days and Mondays.
It's an amazing
They always
song.
bring you down.
I think that's the only song like. But Andy, it says everywhere there's freaks and Harrys, dykes and fairies. So there was fairies in the fucking song. There you go. But they said dykes. Then. They said dykes and fairies though. Back then, oh my god.
All right. Speaking of dykes and fairies, let's go. Mark, what do you got? I'm just kidding. That's a joke, dude.
I'm gonna go for
that was cold. I'm
Andy's,
sorry. I take that one back.
Andy's favorite bands and a band that Joseph's just been getting into. I'm gonna go with Locomotive Breath by Jethro Tull.
I don't know, man. I try to get into that band. I just can't do it.
They have a few albums I like.
I've been really digging them lately.
Really? I mean, I gave them a lot. My sister was a huge fan of them, and man, something about them I just never really could get into them.
For me, some of the songs that have been really getting me are like surprisingly, some of the more folky songs have been really getting me.
Well-deserved Grammy, by the way.
Which is funny because that album sucks.
What album?
Crest of a Knave.
I like Farm on the Freeway.
That's the only good song on that album.
I was taking my dogs walking through the woods the other day, and I had my phone on random, and there was a song that came on, and I didn't know what it was. I was like, man, the song's freaking awesome. And it's on this album here, but I forgot the name of it. I'm gonna have to go back to it. But it was off of Passion Play.
Oh, really? So
Yeah,
that's actually all one big long suite of songs. So
yeah.
I'm interested in which part it would have been.
I don't know which part it was, but I was like, dude, this is fucking awesome. Who is this? And and I was holding on to both dogs, so I couldn't pull it out. And then I heard the flute. Oh fuck, I like this song.
I guess you got to dig in a little bit more now, Andy.
No, I can't.
Oh,
Enough's enough. Enough's enough.
I'll tell
My
you what.
brain's an overload.
I put them off for so long just because there was some stuff I didn't dig from them, but I finally bought a bunch of their albums, and I hate to say it because you know how I am with bands that I hate.
Yeah.
I really have been digging them. I've really been digging them.
All right. So that's my turn, huh?
No,
Yep.
it's your turn.
Okay, so it's my turn. All right. Hey, I'll raise you some Carpenters, and and I'll raise it with some David Gates from Bread, dude. That song "If" is one of the most beautiful songs and beautifully sung songs ever, in my opinion, dude. Cool guitar track under an amazing vocal, man. That guy, oh, dude, that song just always gets me, man. It's so beautiful, mellow, and I I don't know what else to say except it's a fucking great song, man. Now, Bread actually grew on me. These bands like that, these soft bands, kind of grew on me the last. It's weird because the older I got, the heavier I'm liking it, and the softer I'm liking it lately. So,
But you don't like the middle, like Oingo Boingo. So whatever.
no, but and I got Bread's greatest hits, man. There's some good stuff on there, dude. Man,
Mhm.
baby, I'm a lunch eater. Good stuff on there, dude.
I like some bread. I like some
Yeah.
sourdough too.
All right. What's that song? I would give anything.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just making a
man.
joke. There's some good bread songs. I like some Leo Sayer, by the way, too. So
Well, you make me feel like dancing, Mark.
yeah.
You make me feel like dancing.
I want to
All
dance
right. Andy, what do you got?
Yeah, there was a song that came out in 1971 that was on Rod Stewart's album,
Oh,
and it is I Don't Want to Talk About It,
okay, cool.
which was a really good song. But I went with the original version of that song. Does anyone who knows who did the original version to I Don't Want to Talk About It?
I don't think so.
It's going to shock y'all. Crazy Horse.
Nice.
And
I
I'm
know,
talking
it was
about
Crazy
Neil Young
Horse.
and Crazy Horse.
Yeah, of course,
Oh.
you got a Neil Young song in there.
Yeah,
But
well,
that's not. It's not Neil Young.
Crazy
nuh-uh.
Horse is Neil Young, isn't it?
It's Crazy
No,
Horse by
that's
themselves.
bad.
But it's
Yeah, this is just
that
Crazy
Neil
Horse.
Young isn't on there.
No, it's
He
Crazy Horse
is
by
on
themselves.
here.
A little bit.
A little bit. I mean, he's not even credited on here, but yeah, the original version is a regular original Crazy Horse song. I don't want to talk about it, and it sounds so much better. I love Danny Whitten's song. His vocals are so haunting. The guitar work on it is just perfect. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful songs that Crazy Horse will ever do because they're pretty grungy. Even back then in '71, this is a grungy album. But I don't want to talk about it. I mean, it's just clean acoustic work, and it's fantastic. The songs on here is Beggar's Day, Look at All the Things, and Dance, Dance, Dance. Downtown is on here. Downtown will be redone again with them and Pearl Jam on a Mirror Ball. So
I wonder Beggar's Day if that's the song that Nazareth covered.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's
Yeah, because this is all Crazy Horse original.
Joe, go ahead when you're ready.
okay.
Yeah.
And by the way, Mark, the song that you were bracing for when he said the words Rod Stewart is on my honorable mentions. And we all know what it is.
So
I might have a Rod Stewart song on my list.
That's good.
So
It's not as good as the one I have on my honorable mentions, but I
You
know how
never
you
know.
feel. I know how you feel about the one on my honorable mentions.
I like Rod Stewart in the 70s.
I
So,
know, but you've particularly mentioned a certain song.
oh, okay.
Um, but yeah, were you finished, Andy?
yeah, I just wanted to, because when I was going over the band, because it's always a three-piece with Neil. And then I was wondering who the fourth one was, and I was correct. I thought that was Niels Lofgren, and it is Niels.
Nils Lofgren. Yeah.
Yeah,
East
yeah.
Street Band.
And he's still with Crazy Horse.
Oh yeah. No, Beggar's Day on Nazareth's Hair of the Dog album is a Crazy
Yeah,
Horse
yeah.
cover.
Yeah, it's by Niels Lofgren. Yeah.
Yep. Alrighty. My next pick, I'm sure we'll get Mark's famous catchphrase after this. Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Love them. I'm gonna go with the title track from their second album. It takes up the entire first side of the album,
Uh-huh.
and that is Tarkus.
I love
Great
that song.
suite of songs. Really epic track. They do a great live version of it on the Welcome Back, My Friends, to the Show That Never Ends live album. Um, just a really, really great track. Epic, progressive, just a really good track. So that's my next pick is Emerson, Lake and Palmer's Tarkus.
Enjoy.
I will.
Mark, what do you got?
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna put "Walk Away" by the James Gang.
Down, down.
Down, turn your pretty head and walk away. Fucking Joe Walsh, man. Joe Walsh rules. I think I picked James Gang song in 1970. Joe Walsh is the fucking goat of the 70s, man, with fucking the Eagles and fucking the James Gang, his solo stuff. The guy put on a lot of shit, and nobody really talks about Joe.
People forget. People forget.
Don't forget about
You
Joe.
know?
Was amazing, man.
I mean, he's not a loudmouth or anything like that. He's kind of a quiet dude. He's got a kind of a weird talking
He's
voice
got
anyway.
one of the best grooves of all time.
Don Felder's a better guitar player.
No, I don't. Groove. I think Joe beats Don big time.
No.
I mean, Rocky Mountain Way.
Rocky Mountain
Oh,
Way.
great songs, but if I had to take a choice, I'd rather have Don.
Maybe
as a guitar player, generally, yes.
Maybe
Groove,
leads,
I think.
but groove, it's fucking Joe. I go for the groove, Jerry. Take
Listen,
a shot.
I mean, the riff on Life's been good. Ooh.
Oh my
God.
Fucking, I love Walk Away. Great fucking James Gang, man. If you guys haven't heard the James Gang Rides Again, go check that out. I don't think it was on this album.
Some great albums.
Great album, man. Great.
Yeah,
shit.
I just bought one the other day because I got all the ones with Joe, and I've been staying away with the ones without Joe. But I did get the one with Tommy Bolin,
That might be
and I
good.
want to check that out because I like Tommy Bolin a lot. I liked him with Zephyr. I liked him when he was a guest guitar player with Billy Cobham. I liked his 2 solo albums. I liked what he did with Deep Purple. And then he died when he was only 23 or 25.
Mm-hmm.
Drugs 23. And alcohol is a terrible thing, man.
I mean, his death was pretty much his death was pretty much what ended Deep Purple for a while.
Yeah. That's what ended Mark IV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they only made that one album with him, and then I've got a live album with him too. I think it was made. It was a bootleg.
They did okay, because I know they did Made in Europe with the Mark III lineup. I don't know. I didn't know that.
Mark III.
Mm-hmm, yeah, because it was the Stormbringer tour.
It was a Stormbringer tour. Okay, so I don't have a live one with him. I thought I did. I'm going to have to look it up.
There might be like a bootleg or something with him, but I don't even know if they really toured that much with him.
Yeah, I'm going to look. Y'all go ahead.
All right, my next track is an anthem. Still a great song today. You hear it on Classic Rock Radio almost every day if you listen to it long enough. Off of Who's Next? Won't Get Fooled Again, man. Come on, dude. I mean, just so Aaron, what's that guy? I can't say it. I've been fucking up my words all day. I fucked up some words on sticks. Anthemic.
What are you talking about? I was like fucking up words doing BS the whole fucking time. So there you go.
Just a really cool tune, man. Who's Next is my favorite Hue album. That's when they were really on their fucking game. during that period. And
That's my favorite Who album, by the way.
Yeah. The single version sucks. If you ever heard the single of it, it's like 3 minutes long. It's terrible.
See, I hate when they do that to certain songs.
I know.
Yeah.
Because that song's meant, like Bohemian Rhapsody, if you cut it, it's just not going to be the same, you know. So that's my number 9. Who
I see what you just held up, Andy, and yes, that does.
Yeah, that's a purple release,
and it was
and this is the last concert in Japan.
Yes, and it was on Warner. Yeah,
and that's the one with Bolin.
Yes,
with Bolin and Glenn Hughes.
Yep, and Coverdale.
And Pace and Lord.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, Andy, whenever you're ready, man.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to keep y'all.
No, you're not, man. I'm retired.
I'm retired. I'm not, Jerry. I got to go to work in the morning.
So do I.
Then blame yourself then.
Why aren't you drinking, Jerry? Where's the fucking Jack Daniels at?
Dude, I can't drink every fucking night in every show, dude.
Well, you could drink on... Dude, you do 2 shows a week. You could drink.
I want to.
I just drank. I drank during the on Tuesday night. And I felt like shit the next day.
Who the fuck am I going to drink with? I have nobody to drink with here.
You got Mooger on Friday, man. Well, and Joseph's drinking.
Are you drinking tomorrow, bitch?
I'm empty.
So am I. I need some more. But
I need to go get more, but it's downstairs.
Only if you promise to keep calling me a bitch, I'll definitely drink then, sweetheart.
Bitch.
All right.
You better be drinking tomorrow because
this show's going off the rails.
We got Aaron Camaro and we got Brad Dahl and we got fucking Eric Lucier. So you better drink tomorrow.
Yeah, you better.
Interesting fucking album to say the least.
All right,
anyway,
my number 8 is going to be off of this album here. This was a hit off this album, and I am talking about Santana 3. No One to Depend On. Love that song.
That's a good
one. Neil Schon is on this album. I think this was his first one that he was on, right? 3.
I think he was on the first. He was on the first one, wasn't he?
No.
Oh.
No. But yeah, off of Santana 3. Great album.
He wasn't on Abraxas?
Nope.
What was that after?
No, Greg Raleigh was, but Neil Schon was.
Oh, okay.
And Neil Schon was not on there. This was his first one. Okay, that's my number 8.
All right, Joe.
All right, so in 1971, my favorite Who album was released. And I had the enviable task of trying to pick what song off Who's Next I wanted to pick. And thankfully, I did not pick the one that Jerry picked, so we get a little bit different here. I wonder if I'll pick the same song that anyone else is going to pick. But I went with probably my favorite song off that album, and that is Bargain.
Thank God.
I love Bargain so much.
Call that a bargain. The best
I
ever
had.
Look at that. We got some harmony tonight.
Amazing song. I mean, that's just that. I mean, that album is amazing.
It's a great album.
I
like it better than Tommy.
Oh God, yes.
Oh, God.
I like Tommy, but
not even close.
No.
This is my favorite Who album.
I think that's the only Who album I bought. I don't have. I got Big Meaty Bouncy. I think that's about it. Yeah.
I was watching a 2.5 hour documentary on The Wall last night, and they were talking about double concept albums and how a lot of them end up being just like really bad. Not great.
We'll talk about that next week.
They specifically mentioned Tommy as one that was just like chock full of filler.
Shit.
And
shit.
Compared that to The Wall, how even though The Wall in some places people say has a little bit of filler, it's a much more unified concept.
I agree.
Than Tommy. Tommy veers off into some weird places that doesn't really make sense and has a lot of repetitive stuff on it where The Wall doesn't.
Very repetitive stuff.
So yeah, no, Who's Next is eons. I mean, for me, The Who was a great band in the 70s that was born out of a real shitty band in the 60s. People, for some reason, really love a lot of the 60s stuff that Who did. I cannot stand it.
The Kinks are better.
See, to me, just in general, I am not
better than The Who?
Better than The Who.
In the 60s.
Yes.
Oh, okay. The 60s, maybe.
To me, I'm just in general, the 60s are not my decade for music. Aside from the Beatles, the 60s are just not my decade for
Rolling
music.
Stones?
Rolling Stones were better in the 70s.
Okay.
Oh yeah, big time.
I mean, late 60s. I tend to lump in like Let It Bleed into the 70s.
Okay.
I lump the first two Zeppelin albums into the
Yeah,
70s.
basically the Mick Jones Stones era is
Yeah.
definitely the best.
Oh yeah, the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because
Mick Taylor, you mean?
Not Mick Taylor. God damn, I always get him and Brian Jones confused.
Um, yeah.
that
So like
early,
that era, like that, like I don't call that 60s Stones. Like 60s Stones to me is like Satisfaction. Can't stand that stuff.
I love
To
that
me,
song.
60s Who is my generation. Can't stand that. The Beatles for me were, aside from like something like Frank Zappa, even then some of that early Mother stuff I'm not a huge fan of. So like the 60s are just not my era of music, man. So the Who for me got so much better in the 70s. Who's Next? I really like Who by Numbers. They said some really Quadrophenia's Tommy done 10 times better. But for me, my favorite song probably off Who's Next. What got us on this topic? Bargain, just an amazing track.
So Brian Taylor and Mick Jones. I gotta remember that.
You just did it again.
I know.
You just
I
did
did that on
it.
purpose. All right. So where the hell we at? Oh, we're on Mark.
Mark. Well, I'm going to pick from the same album. Who's Next? One of the best. And fuck Limp Bizkit. Fuck Limp Bizkit to hell.
Geez.
Behind Blue Eyes. That is not Scribble. Fuck you, Scribble. That is not the best version of that song. This song.
oh, absolutely not.
Roger Daltrey gives so much emotion to Behind Blue Eyes. It isn't funny. Fred Durst doesn't have any emotion. He's a fucking robot. Sorry. Behind Blue Eyes. Who's Next? There's so many songs. Like we pick different songs of Who's Next. Fucking, it's a great album. It's like the Unicorn album by them. It's like their best album, and everything else sucks. Yeah. I like a lot of Quadrophenia, but I don't like a lot of Quadrophenia. I like a lot of Tommy, but I don't like a lot of.
I'll tell you what, an album I think is really underrated that I really, really enjoy is Face Dances.
Face Dances is a good one too.
I love that album.
I think solo Pete Townsend is better.
That to me, that's a great trilogy. I think I said that to Mike. That early '80s trilogy of Empty Glass, Face Dances, and All the Best Cowboys is a really awesome trilogy. That's very, very Pete dominated because Pete Townsend has a ton to do with Face Dances. That's a really Pete dominated album.
I gotta check out because I have bought Pete Townsend Who's First.
I have that as well.
And I haven't heard it yet, but I've got it here with me. I just haven't gotten to it. Those are a couple albums I haven't gotten yet.
From what I had seen, a lot of that is like outtakes from Who's Next. When they were going to do Who's Next was originally going to be another double album. It was called Lifehouse.
Lifehouse.
Yeah. And so I think a lot of what's on Who's First was some of those outtakes that Pete re-recorded as a solo artist. So I own that CD as well. I own Who's First, I own Empty Glass, and I own All the Best Cowboys.
I got Empty Glass, I think. I should. Yeah.
All righty then. So it's my turn.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to be cheating here a little bit because the song was released in late 1970, but in England it was released in 1971, so I'm counting it. Off my favorite Beatles album, All Things Must Pass, My Sweet Lord, dude. I love that song.
Amazing.
His version on the concert for Bangladesh, man, is like one of the best fucking live performances ever, in my opinion, of a song.
That's a really cool album too. I have that on CD, the box set version with like the orange cover.
I got that on vinyl.
I really love all the different performances that so many different artists that were involved in that.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I don't. There's a lot of hate for George Harrison on some of our pages, and I don't know why. I mean, what did he do? I don't hate
George at all.
I love George.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
You know what I'm talking about? There's a lot of people that.
Oh, there is. There's a ton of like overrated George stuff on pages, and I don't get it.
I don't get it. I mean, what did he do?
I think All Things Must Pass is an amazing album.
It's just With and Without You that pisses me off. That's about it.
I'm not a huge fan of. I've grown to appreciate something more than I did originally. I was never a big fan of that song, But I mean,
I love that song.
So many. I mean, there's people on our pages that hate While My Guitar Gently Weeps, and I want to push them off a cliff.
Yeah,
I love that
like,
song.
How? Like, that is one of the greatest Beatles songs.
Yeah.
And
Prince
because it wasn't
ass on the solo.
Here Comes the Sun.
Oh my God,
he just has great songs.
That version with Tom Petty and Jennifer Lynne and Steve Winwood.
Sorry, Dr. Fuck, you're wrong.
Yeah, no, he is 100%. I will fully say that he's wrong on that.
Yep.
I mean, did he say anything controversial or something that makes people not like him? That's what I didn't think.
I think it's a pushback on how much people loved him.
Exactly.
Afterwards, is that everyone all of a sudden? I think there was a big movement afterwards, after he died, especially. Everyone flocked to George Harrison.
Was a great album.
Everyone flocked to George Harrison. Fuck Lennon, fuck McCartney, whatever. It's George Harrison. Funny, there's never been that for Ringo, but
Ringo's made some shitty albums.
Ringo made some shitty songs with the Beatles.
Yes,
Mark.
he did.
So
yeah, Joe Cocker made a little help my friends better.
Paul and John wrote those for him, by the way.
He had something to do with some of them.
Well, if I got the book where it says they wrote songs for him because Americans
the funniest Family Guy clip I've ever seen in my life was the Beatles in the recording studio. Oh, look, guys, Ringo wrote a song. Oh, let's go and hang it on the fridge. Oh, Ringo. Hung Ringo's song on the fridge. And Ringo's just standing there smiling.
Oh, look, guys, Ringo.
Hey, man, I've learned to appreciate his drumming with the Beatles, man.
Ringo was an amazing drummer.
He's an amazing drummer. He should just never open his mouth ever.
Yeah, I can understand why people don't like, George Harrison, like, I Got My Mind Set on You and Fab.
I love that song.
Because I do too.
I do too. I like When We Were Fab. I like Cheer Down from the Lethal Weapon 2 soundtrack with Eric Clapton playing on that.
The Wilbury stuff I thought was really
Wilbury
good.
song.
Wilbury was good.
And it's all
never got the hate. There's a lot of
line, dude. End of the line.
I think it was just because there was so much love for him that people pushed back on it. Because I think the love for George for a little while overshadowed Lennon and McCartney, and everyone kind of like, okay, let's reel this back in a little bit. Yeah. And I think they went overboard on that, and now there's a lot of George hate for no reason. And I think a lot of it has to do with that he was the one that kind of pushed them to be more like Indian folk influence,
satires and shit like that,
like that sort of stuff. Which it was one song. It was one song. And
he rocked the long hair and the beard.
Oh my God!
He was the other guys didn't really do it that well.
He was the one that looked the best.
Paul had a good beard, though. Paul had a good beard.
But I think that he is so overhated nowadays. I think All Things Must Pass is an amazing album.
I agree with you.
I think that he more often than not wrote a lot of really great Beatles songs.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I honestly, I think While My Guitar Gently Weeps is probably my favorite Beatles song.
It's a great song.
It's an amazing song, and of course, Eric Clapton had a lot to do with that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I completely agree. I don't understand why there's so much pushback lately on George Harrison
when they were doing some wife swapping.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right.
Or he wanted to do, Eric Clapton wanted to do some wife swapping. Well, you got me on my knees, Layla.
All right, Andy, what do you got, man?
But I do want to add, George Harrison made some bad albums.
Yeah.
That's
so did the rest of them.
So did Paul.
Well, Wings were terrible. I did not
like
Wings. No, Wings was bad. Wings was bad too. But
I almost picked Uncle Albert.
Lennon made some real shit stuff late in his career.
Absolutely.
Did.
Yeah.
Live in New York is a great album by Lennon.
Okay, the live part is great. The studio stuff is awful.
Yeah, I agree. The live in New
Somewhere
York
in New York City.
I need that live album on vinyl.
The stuff he did with Zappa, the improvisations he did with Zappa was awesome.
That video with him and Yoko and Chuck Berry on stage together was a classic.
Chuck Berry just
what the fuck was she doing?
Love is blind and deaf.
It must be. Man. Damn. All right.
My next one, I'm going to have to thank Kate Del Rey for this one. because she introduced Jerry and me.
I love her. Why don't you guys get her back on BS?
She's busy with her comedy. We could
Just
barely
get
get
her
her
on-
on to do 3 shots down.
But I'm just saying, schedule her for a BS and let her pick
Oh,
the
ask her.
episode.
Absolutely.
Let her pick the
Always
episode.
invite her.
I don't
I'll
want to
ask her.
bug her because I know she's busy. You guys can. You're more with her than I am.
Yeah.
Well, we did an episode about John Prine,
Mhm.
and he released his solo album, and I am going to go. Oh, shit. I keep on watching TV, and I keep on forgetting what I'm doing here.
Forgetting what? I started seeing Mike McDonald.
I'm going with Sam Stone. I love that song. It starts off with a beautiful keyboard. It talks about a Vietnam vet coming back from Vietnam, injured and addicted to drugs. And he comes home. He tries to take care of his family, and he can't because Daddy put all the money into the hole in his arm. That's like the verse going over and over. It's a really sad song, but it tells the tale of the Vietnam vets coming back home, which he was one of them himself. It's a great song. Sam Stone. It's off his debut album.
That was a fun episode. I always remember my daughter. I love her. It's like, because she works at Vanderbilt where John Prine died at. And she called me and goes, I forget. I think she said John Parr.
I love John Parr.
That.
Naughty.
So, do you know John Parr or something like that? I can't remember who it was. I'm like,
St. Elmo's
yeah,
Fireman.
He was a singer. He died. I'm like, really? He died? He didn't. It was John Prine. She just forgot the name.
Yeah.
I guess she said Alan Jackson was there. And a couple press. It wasn't a big press get it, but there were some people there, some country stars there saying goodbye to him or whatever. And she told me that's how I found out. I didn't even know him until, that's the first time I think I heard that name. And then Kate, of course, got me to check out his life. And he had lived an interesting life, man. A lot of influence, man. Big influence in that genre of music. All right. So Joe, what do you got?
All right. My next pick from one drug song to another. Black Sabbath. I'm going to go with Into the Void off of Master of Reality. I figured somebody would pick something else off that album, so I decided to pick something a little bit deeper.
Right on, Joe. I love it.
I truly love that. I think that for some reason of those first 4 albums, Master of Reality is always the one that gets a little bit buried, and they bury the lead on that one a little bit because everyone always talks first 2, especially Paranoid. People always talk about Volume 4. But I think Master of Reality is just an amazing, underrated album in that first 4 run. Into the Void is such an amazing, amazing Black Sabbath song that was the foundation of heavy metal. Just an amazing track.
It is. Cool. All right, Mark, what do you got?
I'm picking Black Sabbath, Children of the Grave.
Fucking great song.
Love that fucking song. Metal Mike was here. I wonder what Black Sabbath songs he would have picked. Because he is
maybe Sweet Leaf or something like that.
I almost picked Sweet Leaf, but I don't smoke weed anymore, so I drink whiskey. But Sweet Leaf, I like.
But Mark, it's about tea.
It's about tea. It's not about fucking smoking, dude. He's fucking choking. He's fucking choking on that fucking shit. You don't choke on tea. They're smoking weed. But Children of the Grave is a fucking groove. I fucking love that song. One of my favorite Black Sabbath songs of all time.
He was choking from the tea bagging.
Yeah. His tea went down the wrong pipe.
His soccer team, right? I don't know.
Sure.
All right, Mark, go ahead, man.
I just said it.
Oh,
hey, you had the first fuck up of the show there.
Oh, I got
Except
more
me.
coming up.
No, I had the first fuck up. I was like slurring words earlier.
Right.
But yeah, it was me.
All right. It was tough coming up with the song on Sticky Fingers from the Stones. But I had to go with, again, another song, Wild Horses, man. I'm telling you, it is amazing fucking song. I think it's probably Mick's best vocal. Can you explain another? Can you guys kind of agree with that? Do you know of a better vocal?
I like Tumbling Dice a little bit more.
Tumbling Dice, yeah.
Oh, I love that song too, but man.
But like vocal wise, I think he has an amazing vocal on that one.
Yeah.
I think
I have that on vinyl. The what's that vinyl where it's like lowered. I forgot what they call it.
Lowered.
Well, it's speed RPM or something.
What, the 45 RPM?
Yeah, the 45
like
RPM.
the half speed
The
master.
half speed, really good shit. Yeah.
But I mean, again, I think that's my favorite era of the Stones. I think a lot of people agree that's their best era.
Oh,
think,
yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
And Sticky Fingers is definitely.
It ain't dirty work.
Yeah, but Brown Sugar is a great song too off that album, and I wish they would play that song. They don't want to play it anymore here in the States because of obvious reasons. But man, but Wild Horses though, man, it's an incredible fucking song. So that's my number 7.
Wild horses
couldn't drag me away. There's some country chick that did a version of it. I can't say I hated it.
That's their southern. They recorded that in what was that studio in the South?
In Muscle Shoals.
Muscle Shoals. They recorded that. There's a documentary.
Sheffield, right?
Really good documentary on that studio. If you guys can check it out, it's really good.
I mean, it's Leonard Skinner recorded their earliest albums there, and then they called it out on in Sweet Home Alabama.
Great fucking album.
All right, so number 6, Andy.
I wanted to add, I'm trying not to talk over you guys.
That's all right. Talk, man.
No, but I wanted to say that it's hard to pick a good vocal by Mick because his voice was so elastic. He can do anything. He can do hard rock. He can do something very dirty, or he can be very mellow and very beautiful. I just love Mick's voice.
Yeah, I go between Wild Horses and She's a Rainbow, man. I think are incredible fucking vocals by Mick, man.
Fuck, Gunshine's playing fucking the Whiskey.
Oh man, you should go see them. They rock, dude. They put on a good show. I hate
going to fucking LA, dude.
All right. Andy, go ahead.
That's it.
Must be watching the Astros.
Yeah. My number 6, I didn't know what to go with this album because I could have picked any song off of this album. I'm talking about John Lennon's Imagine.
Oh, I hope you didn't pick the one I picked.
It's a great song. I mean, a great album. And I am going to go with Give Me Some Truth off of here.
Oh, thank you. You didn't pick that.
I love that song. The guitar break by Lennon is spot on. His political views or his really his activism or putting the man or talking about putting the man in their place is so evident on a lot of these songs on this album. And I think that had something to do with the friction that was going on with the Beatles. He wanted to write more stuff about what was going on in the world. And I want to think that Paul didn't want to rock the boat.
No.
And George had so much material that was so also another thing that they probably didn't want to touch on was the religiousness that George was going through and the spirituality that George wanted to get out there. I think that's another thing that was a lot of friction in that band. There just wasn't room anymore. These guys had outgrown each other and it was time to move on. But Give Me Some Truth off of Imagine. This is such a great album. I remember when I first heard the whole thing. It's absolutely beautiful.
Is a great album.
It starts off with the title track. The title track fits so perfect on this album. It absolutely lets the album just unravel itself. It's a great piece of work.
You know, when I saw that Beatles band, the Fab Four, they didn't do any Paul McCartney solo stuff, but they did do Imagine by John Lennon. Cool.
Well, it was I mean, it's a song about peace. A lot of people think that it's also the blueprint to communism. I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way at all.
It's just get rid of, religion divides people, politics divides people. I agree with what he said in that song. So
yeah,
I agree with that fucking song totally.
It'd be great if we all
we lived in peace.
It would be great if we just leave each other alone, basically, what should happen, man. That's the way I think about it. But
I think so too, Jerry. Just let people believe what they want to believe and move on.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's
if you want to wear, if you're a guy and you want to wear a skirt and put makeup on, more power to you. It's just not my thing. But if you want to do it, go ahead. It don't bug me at all.
God says, don't judge people.
Nope. And to love one another.
Love. It's all about, like the Mooger Fooger says, it's all about love.
That's the way it should be.
I don't want to get into it.
No, look, I'm
going to say something about religion and why. I'm going to say it a little quick now.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I went to Catholic school. I was raised a Catholic. Yeah. And they teach the complete opposite. This is the way it's got to be. We tell you not to like this, you're not supposed to like this. That's what really turned me off about God and religion, is being born a Catholic, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I know if it offends anybody, I'm sorry. But just the hypocritical nature of it just really turned me off. No, I'm sorry. I don't mean to piss anybody off. This is my opinion, man.
Hey, I don't believe in religion. I believe in the Bible and Jesus. That's it.
And, you know, if anybody's Catholic out there,
you know, more power to you, man. More power to you, man. We love you guys.
As a matter of fact, religion and God has saved some of my friends.
Hey, I got two Catholic friends right here. We got.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, guys. You all can hate me or whatever.
If it makes you feel any better, Jerry, Catholic school's gotten better.
Okay, well, good.
I went through 12 years of Catholic school. It's gotten better.
It has, man. I mean, the way I was brought up.
I'm just saying, Andy and Joseph, they know the meaning of the Bible. That's all I gotta say.
And that's like I said. I know you guys are both Catholic, and I'm sorry. It wasn't.
I'm not the kind of person that gets upset about that kind of stuff.
Okay,
it doesn't bother me.
Hey. Like I say, religion divides people. We believe in Jesus. We shouldn't be divided.
I'll be, me not being religious, I'm one of the people that will fight for your right to be religious. I just don't like them. I don't like them forcing that on me, though.
I fight for your right to party, bitches.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, that was just my opinion, and I know it's not a popular opinion on our show, but it's just how I feel.
But I do want to say, Jerry, there are certain things that I agree with, and there's certain things that I don't agree with.
Sure,
and that's true. And that's even with my own Catholic faith. There's some things that I agree with. There's some things that I don't. But it's just the one that I follow the most.
I just know these two are the best people I've ever met in my life.
Absolutely,
and they are amazing. And you, Jerry.
I'm all right. I'm not up to that level yet, but I'm getting there.
He's a pretty cool cat.
We got into a little fight earlier this week over something stupid, so that was okay. All I said was Memorial Day shit. I just said it's not happy, and he got pissed off at me. But I'm like, dude,
I can say whatever the fuck I want. If I want to
say
happy
Memorial Day, I said what I wanted. I didn't down you on what you said.
But you always tell me this, dude. When we disagree on our private posts, we don't interfere with it. We've talked about that. No,
before. But I just said it's not happy. But you went off on me on your post, and I took it to the text.
Of course I did. I'm like, dude, mind your own fucking business. Anyway,
all I said is not happy.
I think it's happy. I do. I think it's a happy day.
I was told by several veterans and Nate.
I was told by several veterans it was okay to be happy about it.
Well, I was told by Nate. And it was told by people that I know.
That's fine. That's
it's a somber day. We should have.
I think it can be a solemn day and be happy as well.
Well, that's fine. You guys believe what you want. I didn't tell Jerry not to believe. I just gave my opinion, and he went off on me.
Do people not think? Do people aren't happy on Easter Sunday or Good Friday? They're always happy in those days.
Because you know why it's happy on Easter.
Good Friday is a horrible.
You know why it's happy? Because Jesus came back.
I'm talking about Good Friday. Why do they call it Good Friday?
Because of the sacrifice of Jesus.
Because of the sacrifice.
But same thing with Memorial Day. You can be happy on Memorial Day because
there are
one more religious thing. Why is the cross the sign of Jesus? I'm sure Jesus does not like crosses.
Yeah, but then when he sees that, he will know that we understood what he did for us, and that is the ultimate sign of what he died for our sins.
I'm for the Buddy Christ. The Buddy Christ. I'm
just going to say one more thing. He's the only man without sin. That's it.
I believe Jesus Christ existed. I do. Yeah. I just have doubts.
Well, history tells you he did exist.
How did we get here? I don't know.
All right, let's get out of this. Let's get out of this.
Where the fuck are we at here? We're on number one by now. I mean,
no, we're not number one. We're number
not even close.
Number 6, Joe. I think you're
on a complete 180 from everything we just talked about.
Hey, we don't deny our Savior.
The only lyrics of this
Thank
song.
you. Just
the
kidding.
only.
Just kidding, guys.
Just kidding. Love and respect each other.
Just love. It's
we can
all,
love.
like
we
I
can laugh
said,
about
Luger
it.
said it's all about love.
Yeah.
Person's heart tells you what if they're a good person or not.
Yep. I completely agree with you, Jerry. I completely agree with you.
I completely agree with you, Jerry. That's why I love you, Jerry.
The next song on my list only has one line of lyrics, and that line of lyrics is, "One of these days, I'm going to cut you into little pieces."
Of course, I love that song.
One of the only 2 of Nick Mason lead vocals, actually.
Yep. I mean, what an epic track. I mean, the Pompeii version's amazing. The version on Metal is amazing. Every time they've done it live, it is just absolutely.
Did Brit Floyd bring the pig out at all?
No.
They didn't bring the pig out?
Mm-mm.
Even during Pigs, they didn't bring it out?
Nope.
Okay. They usually bring it out during one of these days, but last couple tours they haven't had it.
Yeah, they didn't have it. But they did one of these days, of course, which was amazing. That was the song they came back from intermission with. Just opening up with a bum, 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 bum,
yeah.
Bum, bum, bum,
Dude, I'm telling you, Ian Cattell, man, is a badass bass player. He's a great singer.
That was beyond phenomenal. That was one of the great shows I've ever seen. And what I'm really happy about is that I found out that they do play in Hershey every year. So I'm going to be going from here on out. Anytime they come around, I'm definitely going to go see the.
Ava La's version of the Great Gig in the Sky. Holy shit, man, she nails it.
Yes, yeah, it was just in general was a phenomenal show. But one of these days, what a way to open up metal. Complete 180 from what Pink Floyd had been doing. I mean, there was nothing that they had done before that sounded like that. And I know I joked when we covered that album on Freeform. I talked about how the intro sounds like the theme song of Doctor Who. But
Mark loves it.
It's a phenomenal song. I mean,
the song I love on that album.
Badass instrumental.
Yeah, absolutely. There might be a song coming off that album later on for me.
Not for me.
Seamus?
Yes. No, Stan Tropez. Stan Tropez, yeah. All right, Mark, what do you got?
All right, I'm going to pick a Jealous Guy, John Lennon. I love that fucking song off the Imagine album.
See, I don't know. I just never liked that song, dude.
I love that song. That's a great fucking song. I didn't want to pick, there's so many great songs on that album.
I'm sorry. To me, Imagine is no Plastic Ono band.
I love Jealous Guy, but it's 1971. Was there a Plastic Ono band in 1971?
No,
that album came out in 70.
70. Yeah, 70, but Jealous Guy came in 71. I had to get a Beatle. There was a Paul McCartney album. I could have picked a Paul McCartney song on Wings on that, but I picked John Lennon, even though Paul McCartney's my favorite Beatle.
Bring it on, Edmonton.
What happened?
Right. I like Imagine better than the Plastic Ono album.
Really?
I think it's got a lot more variety to it.
All right, I need to hear the next track. I need some more whiskey. So who's next?
All right, I'm next, obviously. Where are we on? Number 6?
Six.
I'm going to go with
Iron Maiden.
Another slow song. Day After Day by Badfinger, man.
That's a good one. I'll be right back.
Beautiful song yet again. Love the flow of that song. Actually, I think there was a thing with Joe Jackson, one of his songs. There was a controversy about him ripping off. They do sound quite a bit alike. The verse does, but I think Day After Day is an incredible song, dude. I like Badfinger, man. Yeah.
I never really got into Badfinger, but that is a great song, though. I like that song.
So that's my number 6. All right, Andy, what do you got for number 5?
Yeah, number 5. I don't have a hard copy for number 5, but it's one of my favorite songs. When I was, I guess in high school, the movie Poetic Justice came out. Terrible movie. I don't like it at all. But dude, there's a scene in that movie when Janet Jackson is alone in her apartment and she's like this afraid to be an old maid, but she puts on a vinyl and she plays Stevie Wonder's I Never Thought You'd Leave in Summer. Oh my God.
That
That's
Tupac movie?
yeah. But I never thought you'd dream I never thought you'd leave in summer is my number 5. Are y'all familiar with that song?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Oh, I absolutely love that song. Every time that song comes on, of course I have to put it on. But I try to I try to hold that last note when when he's singing "Leave," and I almost try to make it all the way through, but I start coughing. But I never dreamed you'd leave in summer.
All right. Joe, what do you got?
All right, my next pick is as I talked about a couple of months ago, my all-time favorite Elton John song, the title track to Madman Across the Water.
Yeah,
Beautiful track,
Nice.
epic, has the orchestration with it. Just Elton John's vocals and piano playing is amazing. Just a really awesome track. Like I said, probably my favorite Elton John song. Just a beautiful track, Madman Across the Water.
yeah.
Mark.
Me?
No, your mama.
My mama's been dead. I love you, mama. But this is one of the songs I changed out from what I had earlier. Because Bill Withers came up with a great song called Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone. I fucking love that fucking song. I need to get some Bill Withers, man. Because I love that song to death, but I've never really gotten into anything else he's done but that song. I need to really check out some Bill Withers. That is a great fucking song. It's in my head a lot, and I love it, especially because I had 3 divorces. And ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Fucking love the song, man. Great fucking song.
All right. My next one is a song. I think when we did this album, which Joe just mentioned, I just thought it was okay. But lately I've been loving it. And I don't know why it suddenly just hit me as it's one of my favorite songs by Elton John now. Leave On, man.
Ooh,
I'm telling
amazing
you.
track.
Holy shit. I just thought it was okay, but man, listen to that after we did our show. I've been listening to that song a lot. What a great, it's almost fresh to me. That's how much I like it now because it's like discovering a song you never liked before. It's pretty cool.
Oh,
Dude,
I love the
what an
story.
incredible tune, man. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
That's a severely underrated Elton John album, in my opinion.
yeah.
Oh, it
That's
is.
great
Amazing
song.
album.
Friends is a great song off that. Tiny Dancer.
Tiny Dancer, Razorface,
Yeah.
Pete.
Title track. Yeah, it's
The title track's fantastic.
Yeah. All right, so we're on number 4.
Number 4.
What do you got, Andy?
Yeah. Let's see. Of course, it's going to have to be something off of Black Sabbath. And I'm going to go After Forever.
Oh, nice one. Oh, I love that song.
Me too. It's it might as well be Christian rock.
Yeah,
exactly right.
But it's Sabbath. It's a great song. I love it. When I was getting into Sabbath, I got this album early on, and after Sweet Leaves, the song comes on. I was like, "What did he say?" I had to pick up the needle and go back over and over. I go, "Is this a pro God song?" Of course it is. And if you really think about it, a lot of Sabbath songs are.
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with hearing songs about fear and about evil because it's out there. I mean, you can't hide from it. You can't pretend it's not there. I mean, you can, but you're fooling yourself. And there's nothing
You
wrong
don't believe it.
with music like this. Yeah. So after Forever by Sabbath, it's a great track.
Super underrated song.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Cool. All right, Joe.
Well, this next one, we did a track by track on this album. We ranked the tracks, and this was my number 1 on this album. And I told a very kind of personal story about the song, that this is a very, very personal song for me. And that is Going to California by Led Zeppelin off Led Zeppelin 4. I mean, just an amazing track, beautiful song, phenomenal. I was so happy that when I saw Get the Let Out, they played this song. They do a little acoustic set in the middle of their show, and they played Going to California, and it was just phenomenal seeing that song. Won't I won't deny that I teared up a little bit when they played that.
Oh,
But just absolutely phenomenal song. If you go back and you listen to the if you watch the video of us ranking the songs on Zeppelin 4, you'll hear me tell a story about how much this song means to me. And it's just really a very personal song for me. So had to go with Going to California.
that's a big argument. I say people that have it, like, Zeppelin, they borrow songs, this and that, blah 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 blah. But explain a song like that.
Yeah.
I mean, an incredible fucking composition that is, man. Just an amazing fucking song. I agree.
The acoustic work is fantastic.
Oh, and then John Paul Jones is
one of Plant's best vocals.
Yeah.
So impassioned.
One of Bonzo's
Going to
best drum
California, great
performances.
song.
Yeah.
I almost picked that one, by the way.
Great track.
All right, yeah, Mark.
Oh, I'm gonna pick one of the greatest artists of all time, Marvin Gaye. What's going on?
Yeah.
What a fucking great artist we lost to fucking
What's
soon.
going on?
God dang, the guy is just so amazing singer. So what a great songwriter. Nobody talks about how Marvin Gaye wrote all these great songs, man. Like his dad fucking killed him.
Did we not do something on Three Shots Down, Andy, about Marvin Gaye? At least we talked about him a little bit.
We did it. We did
really?
Okay,
I thought we talked about it. I think we at least talked about it.
You guys need to do a Marvin Gaye episode. I love every one of those episodes, even though artists I don't like. I just like to hear you guys talk about the stuff you're passionate about.
That's what I like about the dynamic. It's like I'm learning stuff about people I've never heard of.
I'm learning with you guys. I'm sitting there listening to that your shit.
Yeah,
I listen to that. I listen to every episode. I share when you guys share. I love Three Shots Down. It's fucking great. And I know I'm gonna love the Styx. Heavy Water 1977. That's gonna be
77.
Great. I made some artwork for you guys. You better use that shit.
I will do my best to use it. I'll use it maybe if we ever do a Facebook page or something.
Just use it as your thumbnail. I could make you a fucking what do you call it? Cover photo.
I got this. I gotta spin this, but I got this greatest hits. It's 3 albums.
Okay.
It's the best. It's got the best of Smokey, but then it's also split with the best of Marvin Gaye. So they split a triple album on here. And I guess because it says as seen on TV, so I guess it was one of those TV things. It was on the Silver Eagle Records. I always thought the Silver Eagle was a distributor of beer. Anyway, really good stuff from both of them. All right, that's it. All right.
Cool.
But yeah, we should do something about Marvin Gaye because he's had
that's tragic.
A lot of tragedy, even in his heyday in the '60s with his duet partner Tammy.
Oh,
the same thing, losing her to death when she was young as well, or maybe it wasn't death, but she dealt with a lot of medical issues, and so yeah, we should do something about him too.
Yeah.
That's cool. One of the few podcasts I don't want to be on because you guys got that 3 shots. You got 3 people.
Yeah, I don't know how we really can't incorporate guests.
You can't incorporate a guest, and I'm okay with that.
But we are gonna have guests on the Styx show. So
well, shit,
get prepared, Mark.
Crash the crown, bitch.
I mean, I don't know how Jerry feels about this, but my idea for guests is to do the album reviews by ourselves and then have guests come on for like the supplemental.
Oh, you're doing like a Brian Davis, like Damn Good Movie Memories.
Well, maybe one of their good albums, like the classic album.
Well, we need to
do. Somebody like Ralph would probably love to be on.
My thing is there's going to be so much to talk about, and then to add another person in.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
Sounds good. We'll do it.
Crash the Crown. It needs to be a crossover because that's the thing we've been talking about for 3 years.
Yeah, well, I might pick that for Freeform someday. So
yeah, you need to. I'm just saying that needs to be done because that's a teaser we've been bitching about for like 2 to 3 years. So that needs to be. Any other album, have fun, except Cyclorama. I need to be on Cyclorama because I love that fucking album.
Yeah. Oh, it's my turn?
Yes.
No, it's your turn, Jerry.
It's my turn.
No,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
No, your turn. Okay.
Your turn.
I see your hair is burning. Hills are filled with fire. If they say I never loved you. What's next?
You know that they're
Dude, LA Woman, man, is a fucking great, is a masterpiece.
riding on your freeways.
I know a lot of people don't think the way I do, but I think that's the ultimate fucking Doors song, dude. What a farewell too that song was. The whole album was, man.
That whole album, that is a nighttime album, a middle of the night album, big time. That's a badass album. Love it.
Yeah, he died 2 weeks before I was born, so I may be the reincarnation of Jim Morrison.
Wow.
Never knew.
You know what? I always saw a resemblance, Jerry.
Yeah, I know. We're both poets.
Both poets, and y'all didn't even know it.
I don't know how to mix my name up like he did with Mr. Mojo Rice. And let me see if I can. I got to think about that one. Oh yeah, Jerry Epis. I just did it. There you go.
You know what I would have picked out that album? I would have picked the Car Assist by the Window.
I mean, you can pick any song off that.
Or
album,
Texas
dude.
Radio and the Big Beat.
You know what I would have picked off that album?
What?
The silence at the end of the
hate,
side.
Yeah, Joseph hates.
Wow.
I don't hate. I've tried. I have sincerely tried.
Brutally honest.
Yeah. Don't like
that. Doesn't hurt my heart as much as do when he talks about how overrated Dark Side of the Moon is, but it still hurts.
Oh, it hurts me when Joseph hates Doors. It really hurts because I love Jim.
See, the difference is, Jerry, I still love Dark Side of the Moon.
Okay.
I don't like the Doors.
You know, they do have a lot of stuff that's kind of artsy fartsy. I get that.
I like artsy fartsy music. I just don't like the Doors.
But Jim,
we're not going to change his mind, Mark.
You're not.
I'm not trying to.
I'm going to send you a bunch of songs on the messenger you're going to listen to.
Think about this, Mark. How many bands have I changed my mind on? I have not changed my mind on the Doors. So if that tells you anything.
I agree with you on that. I'm not this one guy who sends me a lot of songs of Oasis. Okay, go ahead.
Oh my. All right, number 3. Andy.
Boom. What am I going to pick up for this?
Sticky fingers.
I
keep it knocking.
No, I am going to go with "Can You Hear Me Knocking." That is 7 minutes of just greatness with a sax, and then the dirty guitar comes in and do, and then the bass line. Such a good song. I really like that middle part right there. The middle part's what made it for me. I almost went another song. I'll probably talk about that in honorable mentions, but man, Can You Hear Me Knocking? Man.
Yeah.
Such a good song. Absolutely love it.
All right, Joe.
All right. My number 3 is Alice Cooper's rendition of My Favorite Things, also known as Halo of Flies. Amazing track off Killer. Mark picked a song off of Love It to Death. I had to go with a song off of the other album that Alice Cooper released in 1971. Awesome track. Got to see him play that song live. Just a fantastic song off of a brilliant album.
Yeah. I don't know which one I like better. Love You to Death or Killers. I love them both.
Oh, definitely Killer.
You think so?
As a full album, definitely Killer.
Yeah. But Killer's so good, though. It really is. It really is. But then Love It.
All right, Mark. Oh, sorry.
But Love It to Death has the Dwight Fry song on there, too.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
All right, Mark.
I'm going to go with Angel by Jimi Hendrix.
Ooh.
Great fucking song. I think for some reason Jimi Hendrix is kind of forgotten now in our groups.
I talk about him almost every episode.
I'm just saying, I don't think he's as loved. It's more hair metal, more like armored, more fucking.
Well, but I think that's the music that a lot of people grew up on.
Oh, that page.
Jimi
Yeah.
Hendrix predated a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Jimi Hendrix.
And
I think he's very underrated right now. That's just
Jimmy's
I agree.
more notable with guitar players than
Yeah.
because he was
I
like
think Jimi Hendrix is the best guitar player that ever lived.
no,
And
he's
I say
definitely
no,
good.
no.
Oh,
He
who?
was good though.
I go with Jimmy Page or Eddie Van
No.
Halen.
No. Ooh, no. You got to hear Hendrix live.
I
You
have
have
Hendrix live albums.
You hear Hendrix live, that will change your mind. Because
I mean, it's all subjective, man, to people's taste.
I
You
know,
know,
but no way,
Yeah.
Eddie Van Halen. No way.
Ooh.
Not even close.
I think Eddie is one of the best rhythm and lead guitar players of all time.
I think Eddie Van Halen was definitely the next most important person to innovate guitar after Jimi Hendrix died. I think that he did more for guitar than anyone else since Jimi Hendrix.
Sure.
I'll give him that. Yeah. No, I love Eddie Van Halen, but I don't think that he's better than Hendrix, especially live. I've heard a lot of Van Halen live albums. And
see, it's hard with Hendrix because he died so young and had such little catalog. I think if Hendrix had a larger catalog, I think he would be much more well. I mean, of course, everyone respects Jimi Hendrix. I've never heard a single person say a bad word about Jimi Hendrix.
I've never heard anybody.
But I think
Jimi
that
Hendrix
if he had a broader catalog, other than the 3 studio albums and Band of Gypsies, and of course all the Monterey and Woodstock and all that stuff.
Yeah, but all those live albums, he just goes off.
I mean, I completely agree with you, Andy. I think he's amazing, but I think that he died too young and at a time when that sort of music was just really getting popular. That he didn't quite. I mean, he had so little crossover with bands like Led Zeppelin that like they didn't exist at the same time for very much at all. A little over a year was the only time that they existed at the same time. I think that when all that music was really getting popular, he had already passed. And so I feel like everyone respects Jimi Hendrix. I don't think a lot of people love him as much as they probably should.
Yeah.
Like actually,
my problem with him, I don't care for him as a vocalist, but I love him.
I love his vocals. Even Jimmy didn't like his vocals.
For me, it's a little bit. I can take it in small doses.
It's a little bit monotone, but I can hear him play guitar all day. Don't get me wrong.
But the thing is that I think a lot of people, when they think of Jimi Hendrix, they think about his radio hits, and that's where they go wrong.
Yeah, exactly. He's got Machine Gun.
Yeah, I mean, Joe was right. I mean, he was just his catalog's not too big. Same thing with Randy Rhoads. If Randy was still alive, they'd be comparing him and Eddie as he was better.
I think if Randy was still alive, he wouldn't be doing rock and roll.
You don't think so?
No, I think he'd be doing classical.
I know he liked teaching, so he might have gone into teaching.
I think he would have been doing more classical stuff. Maybe.
Never know, man.
Now, don't get me wrong. I think Eddie Van Halen is in my personal top 5. He is.
He's my number 1.
With along with Jimmy.
Jimmy's number 2.
Along with both Jimmys.
Stevie Ray Vaughan's number 3.
No, I put someone else above him, and that is going to be Richie Blackmore. I think Richie Blackmore is amazing.
I'll take David Gilmour number 3. In fact, I think Jimmy number 4. I think Richie Blackmore number 5. So there's so many great guitar players.
It's all subjective.
Yeah,
I'd go Jimmy Gilmour, the guy from Nickelback. Tony Iommi.
The guy from Limp Bizkit that everyone says is the only musician in the band.
Wes Borland is the best musician.
A dude that wears that fucking mask. He's wearing some kind of mask or something.
Hey, Scribble.
He uses like face paint and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Scribble. Fuck Wes Borland. I love
all
Wes
right,
Borland,
anyway. Back to the list.
I'll piss him off even more. Hey, Scribble, fuck Dave Mustaine.
Yeah, bro. That's hardcore because he's a good guitarist too.
He is a good guitar player.
Yeah.
I love Megadeth. They ain't just as good as Metallica. Sorry.
All right, my next pick is from the guitarist who is responsible for the best guitar solo in history,
David Gilmour,
which is Comfortably Numb. But of course, that song didn't come out in 71, but Echoes did, man. What a fucking tune, man. I'm telling you, when Rick and Dave sing together, man, it's magic too, man, dude. Overhead, the albatross hangs motionless upon the. It's just so fucking
Oh yeah.
great. And there's so many cool parts to that song. And I know that Roger and
Enthusiastic.
who's a Phantom of the Opera guy get into it because, they say he says it kind of ripped off Phantom of the Opera, the song.
Andrew Lloyd
Dun,
Webber.
dun, 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 dun. It does. There are similarities to it if you know the
Well,
song.
Andrew
but,
Lloyd Webber. I mean, Family of the Opera didn't come out till '86.
yeah, and Roger Waters can't fucking stand that guy.
Yeah.
Roger Waters
don't
doesn't like a lot of
He don't like
people.
anybody.
Yeah, Roger Waters isn't a very likable kind of guy.
Yeah.
No.
But from what I heard, though, he's approachable, though.
Is
I
he?
mean, and in his concerts, he's always going out the front of the crowd, shaking everybody's hands and stuff. I
Yeah,
mean,
but nobody wants to tell him hi. That's the
I'd be afraid of him. I got to be honest with you. I probably would be afraid to approach
yeah,
him.
dude. I'm afraid he's gonna do something.
You get to that voice, that loud, that high voice he goes to. Fuck off! I can just hear something like that. How can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat? Yeah. But yeah, Echoes, man, it's a great fucking song off a great album. I know Mark secretly loves that album. He just won't admit it on the air.
Yes, you ladies, me.
Yep.
For me, it's an amazing album except for 2 songs.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was going between Echoes and Fearless because Fearless, I think.
Fearless is
another
amazing.
great.
Yeah.
Oh
Gilmore
God,
vocal.
that's so good.
Yeah.
That guitar on Fearless. Oh man, Gilmore's so damn good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Rick Floyd did Echoes on the last tour. That's one of their best performances I think they've done, and they nailed it. Did they have the little doll come out on stage and walk around, Joe?
What'd you say?
Did they have the little puppy come out on stage?
Yep.
With a glow in the dark collar?
Yep.
Yeah.
And you want to know what song they did it during?
Dogs of War.
That would be the one.
They did that. They did Dogs last year too, and that's when
They
brought
did
them
Dogs
in.
of War and Cut Young Lust, and I want to.
I know. I don't
punch
understand
somebody in
that.
the face.
I love Dogs of War, but Young Lust.
That
is
song
better.
fucking sucks, Mark. That song
I love
sucks
Dogs of
so
War,
bad.
They're still doing it. I don't know why. At first, I thought they might have cut it for some kind of, because the video was pretty provocative. They had the background for Young Lust.
That they should have pulled the plug when they
They
started doing Dogs of War.
Oh, at least they could have done like On the Turning Away or something.
I love
Jeez.
Dogs of War.
I did too. They have cool video.
Cozy Powell played drums on that song, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Tony Levin, man, it's great fucking people on that album. But anyway, yeah, Echoes
The
is
songs
my
are
number
better.
3. Oh man, One Slip. Come on, man, it's good shit.
One
off that
Slip
album.
rules.
Yeah.
I love On the Turning Away and I love Sorrow. That is about it.
Oh, they opened up with Learn to Fly, didn't they?
They did. Learn what's the instrumental?
Signs of Life.
Signs of Life. They did that, and then Learning to Fly, and then High Hopes, which was awesome.
High Hopes is my favorite song off that one album.
Yeah, I am.
I'm telling you, man, if you guys haven't seen Brit Floyd, man, you got to put them on your list, dude. They're
freaking amazing.
They really are.
I'm gonna go see. I'm not much into cover bands or tribute bands.
I love cover bands.
Like
they try harder.
That has broke up and they're getting back together. I'm gonna go see them in June. They're called Us and Them.
Okay.
And they're a Floyd band, and they used to play New Year's Eve shows around town, and we would go. And dude, they were like 3-hour shows, and they were
that's what this was with Brett Floyd.
And we would get so hammered. And
you get hammered? You never drink on the shows.
Oh yeah, I don't drink on the shows because I want to.
See Andy, what I loved about this was that it felt like you were at a Pink Floyd show because they had the big circle screen behind it and the laser show and everything.
How am I ever going to drink it if you don't drink on the show, Jared?
It was such an amazing show because they did they did it for about 3 hours because they did 2 sets.
Yeah,
they did the entirety of Wish You Were Here for the 50th anniversary, which was just amazing to see. I mean, that was
yeah. I mean, I think they're the only Floyd band that Gilmore and Waters' son actually plays with them sometimes. Did he show up at your show?
No.
And David Gilmour actually went on stage. They did his birthday party. He came on stage with them and jammed with them. That's a good compliment. And I think they go worldwide too.
Oh yeah, they go everywhere. I mean, they played at Pompeii before, I think.
Yeah.
See, to me, the price is just a little steep. to see a cover band
$50.
or a Loran tribute band to me.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it's worth it. Maybe they put on the show that makes it
I
worth
would
it,
like
man.
to see Queen Nation. I heard they're really good.
You see, this band that I'm going to go see us, and then they've got no light show, nothing like that. It's just the band on the stage playing Floyd. So I understand what y'all are saying. They do the whole production.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
and what
anyway, I'm sorry.
They've a couple of their tours they've modeled after Pink Floyd tours and stuff they've done.
Oh, really?
Like
okay.
Last year they did a celebration for Pulse for the 30th anniversary of Pulse. They did something similar to like what the Division Bell tour was like. They've done The Wall. They've done this year they were doing Wish You Were Here. They've done Dark Side, the full thing. So like they would do. What I'd love to see them do would be like kind of like do like an In the Flesh tour, do Animals and Wish You Were Here together. But yeah, they definitely blew me away. I thought they were phenomenal.
Yeah, and theatrics. They have the singer, the bass player sings comfortably. Then he comes out in the doctor outfit and does the doctor routine with the guy sitting in the chair.
Yeah, they have the keyboard players up in the chair, just like kind of passed out.
And then they have the TV with. They're actually playing the scene from The Wall as that's. But anyway, we're talking too much about that. I'm sorry, guys, but it's a great. If you guys haven't seen them, I highly advise you guys to go see them. Anyway, number 2, Andy.
It's off of this. Well, it's on this compilation that I've got here, Motown hits.
You got a lot of those, don't you?
Past 25
compilations.
Years. Oh yeah, dude, I'm a big compilations guy. I absolutely love them. But the one that's on here, my number 2 is going to be The Temptations. Just My Imagination.
Just my imagination.
I love that song. Ever since the first time I heard it when I was a kid. That was one of the songs that was actually on a mixed blank tape that I recorded off the radio when I was a kid. And man, I wish I could have those tapes again. But yeah right. But Just My Imagination, Running Away With Me. The Stones do a terrible cover of it.
I like that song,
but this version, Eddie Kendricks just has one of the great high register vocals, better than anyone, bar none. Love it. So
nobody can copy Motown except for Paul Stanley.
Oh, shut up! School Station.
Oh, child. What?
No.
I thought that was a good album. I think that fit Paul's voice. The condition it was in.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right. Joe, what do you got?
All right, my number 2 is probably the only song that has ever been written about a little girl chopping off another little kid's head with a croquet mallet, and then singing to his ghost when he shows up out of a musical box. And if anyone in this show knows what I'm talking about, Genesis musical box, epic song, beautiful in parts, creepy as hell in parts, especially if you watch some of the live versions from the early 70s with Peter Gabriel putting the old man mask on and just really acting it out. Just phenomenal. Easily one of my favorite songs from those early Genesis albums. Really was kind of what established what they would become. They were still kind of looking around. The first album was absolutely shit. Trespass has some
I
good
agree
stuff.
with you.
Trespass has some good stuff. The Knife really kind of showed where they'd go a little bit. But then this was the opening song on the first album to feature Phil Collins and Steve Hackett. And so this really kind of set the tone for what they would do over the next few albums with Peter Gabriel, with the kind of theatrical progressive rock. Awesome guitar soloing from Steve Hackett on this song. For it being the first song that he played on with Genesis, it's a great showcase for him. It's a great showcase for Phil Collins on drums. Just an overall really barn-burning song from a band that sometimes gets kind of lumped in with the poppier stuff they did. I think that this is a really great example of they could do some heavy progressive stuff, and that's one of my favorite songs from that era.
Even their the songs that have pop albums have heavy progressive songs on there.
Yeah. You know, I tell you what,
Mama, like Mama was really heavy progressive. And then they got Illegal Alien, which was pop.
Yeah.
You know.
I've seen clips of Peter Gabriel live with them and in the Genesis in their heyday. theatrically, I'd have to go with Peter Gabriel, man. Just for the theatrics of the show.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
But
yeah, if you ask most Genesis fans, as much as everyone loves Phil
Yeah.
Collins, it's not a choice.
I
The
mean,
Peter Gabriel era
man,
is where it's at.
I mean, he's always been for the theatrics, man. I mean, if you look at videos from every one of his shows, he's always doing something like riding a bike or some weird shit like that. He's always doing something that
we're doing our first Peter Gabriel album in a couple weeks called So.
I mean,
yes, and Mark picked a song with a female vocalist helping him out.
Fuck you.
But if you watch the what they did the Shepperton Studios in '73, just in that 1 hour show, I think Peter Gabriel has like 7 different costumes on. Like he has the big like kind of like weird headdress for Watcher of the Skies.
Yeah.
He has the old man mask on for Musical Box. He has the knight's outfit on for Dancing with the Moonlit Knight. He has like 3 different outfits during Supper's Ready. He has like the lawnmower helmet on during I Know What I Like. I mean, he was so ahead of his time with some of the things that he was doing.
He was.
With on-stage storytelling. At the same time as people like Alice Cooper were coming up and doing that, the more shock rock kind of theatricality, or Kiss was coming up doing that sort of thing. I mean, Peter Gabriel really influenced all of that kind of like combining Broadway with progressive rock music with just a really intense theatricality. I think it's just phenomenal, especially that one, the Shepperton Studios show is just, if you don't really know what that era of Genesis is about, I 100% recommend checking that out, because it has some great songs on it, but also you get to see, I mean, Peter Gabriel with a flower on his head. I mean, it's
yeah.
Yeah,
he was a unique. I think he's still. Isn't he doing a farewell tour? I can't remember. I'm out.
I know he just put the album out. I don't know if he's touring it. Or
not. I've heard some of his new stuff. I have to admit.
I've not listened to the last album yet, but I haven't really liked a lot what he's done since. I mean, I liked what was that, Us in '92 when he did the Secret World tour
and all that.
Yeah.
That good, yeah. All right.
But the album cover to Nursery Crime, if you really look closely, it's so cool. You know, she's playing croquet with people's heads.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, awesome. It's what the Musical Box is about. It's a little girl playing croquet with people's severed heads.
Yeah,
that album cover wouldn't work with Phil Collins. You know what I mean? It would work with Peter Gabriel, but
oh yeah,
it had to. Yeah.
Barely don't you lose my number.
Musical Box really is a big statement song for what they're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the album you guys did where I missed and came on like 5 hours later and you guys were still on.
No, we were doing Lamb Lies Down on Broadway.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember which one you guys did.
No,
all right.
That was the last Peter Gabriel album. This is the first one with the classic lineup.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, Mark. Number 2.
Well, Mark, we're on number 2. I'm going to go with my Rod Stewart song, but it's not Rod Stewart. It's called The Faces. Stay With Me.
I love that. He does that song, I think, live. I think on this next tour he does now. He does it. Yeah.
Stay.
I would imagine it's a very popular song.
I love that fucking song. The Faces is like, I don't think people really talk about that band. They are an amazing band.
Thank God he's doing a Rod Stewart songs.
Oh, it's so
I can do without the standards.
Yeah, I don't want to hear the standards.
Oh God,
the Faces. I think the Faces.
The Great American Songbook.
Yeah, those are terrible.
The Faces are the best Rod Stewart. To me, it's like Ron Wood, fucking great shit with the Faces, man. It's like he was every picture tells a story. God damn, this amazing rock and roll. That fucking he didn't fucking
Well, that was a solo album.
Yeah, but that's Rod Stewart. That's not the Faces.
Yeah, whatever. Every Picture Tells a Story was a solo album from '71.
I thought the Faces ruled though. They had a lot of better. What's the other songs they did? It's a lot of great songs.
I don't know. You're the one that brought them up, Mark.
That's the only song I know.
That's the only.
Well, I'll bring them up, but keep going, guys.
I know that one, and You Wear It Well. was a good song, but he really didn't do that much stuff with Faces. I think he might have done.
Oh, there's a lot of great songs by the Faces. I'm just
not really, Mark. I'm like
an Ian Wadley right now. I'm a little drunk and I can't think of it right now.
I think you're mistaking some of his solo stuff for Faces.
I'm the master of the brain cramps, dude. So I understand. I can't. Sometimes when I'm on the spot and I have to think real quick, I'm like, duh.
I think a lot of it you think is Faces. It's not. It's Rod Stewart.
We got Stay With Me, Ooh La La. You got Miss Judy's Farm, Had a Real Good Time, Pool Hall Richard. There's a lot of great songs. Too bad.
Well, I know Stay With Me.
Songs, or you're just reading their songs?
I know these songs though.
I'm glad you do, because I don't think any of the rest of us do.
I've heard of a couple of them, but nothing to be mentioned.
Shake, Shake, and Shiver is a great song too.
All right, my number 2 is I don't give a fuck what guitar store I'm going in. I'm going to play this riff all the fucking time. I don't give it 2 shits because it's a fucking masterpiece.
There's a lady who's sure.
Stairway to Heaven is one of the best songs fucking ever.
I knew you were going to pick that, Jerry.
I mean,
that's your number 2, not number 1.
That'll definitely be. If we ever do a show of songs that are so overplayed, but you don't realize how great of a song.
Well, why don't you come up with that? I asked you what you wanted.
I told you about that. And you're like,
I didn't go rules.
But
come
I'm
up
sorry.
With your shit, dude, Jerry.
All right. I know you do. I'm just fucking with you. But come on, man. Stairway to Heaven is one of the best songs ever written, dude. Hands down. My number 1 is one of my favorite songs ever. But
Pink Floyd.
We'll get to that when it comes. But that's my number 2, Stairway to fucking Heaven, dude.
All right. Fucking heaven, bitch.
Let's get down to it.
My number 1 is an epic track. One of my favorite songs. I know it and I love it word for word. And it's going to be Don McLean's American Pie.
I knew somebody would pick that fucking song.
I absolutely love this song. Wow. I remember when I bought this album. This was one of the first albums I ever purchased, actually. But yeah, American Pie. I love that song. I still do. And this is one of the songs that pisses me. This is one of the songs that pisses me off on the radio when they cut it, and they cut the most important parts. It just irritates me.
Really, I've never. I guess my local radio station's good because they don't cut it.
Yes, hey, classic. Shout out, 3 shots down. We did an episode about that song. So
yeah, you did.
The day the music died.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that song was okay. I love Weird Al's version of it too, but yeah, the song
Anakin,
continues.
My, this there Anakin guy. Maybe
Vader
someday later, but he's now a small fry.
Yeah.
I never heard it.
It's pretty good. It's funny.
You never heard
it's called The Saga Begins.
I thought it was Anakin's theme. My bad.
It came out around the same time as the first,
Phantom Menace. Yeah.
Well, Donna did a version of that song. It was horrible.
Ugh. No, I mean it's one of those songs too. That's a classic. That's overplayed, and it's a real fucking classic. Absolutely, dude.
Hey, I love Madonna, but that version was horrible.
Yes, we know, Mark. Horrible. We know.
He had no.
Well, I mean, if Don McLean did Like a Virgin, that would be horrible too, probably.
So, oh yeah.
You know, they should know their lanes. You know.
Oh.
I agree.
Well, one of the coolest things I've ever seen was Garth Brooks when he did the concert in Central Park. The free concert brought Don McLean out on stage with him and did American Pie.
Is he still alive?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Because he also brought Billy Joel out at that show too.
Nice.
They did New York State of Mind. They did You May Be Right.
Maybe
they do Shameless. They had to have done Shameless.
I think
I got a whole bunch of Garth. I bought a whole bunch of Garth CDs. I showed Andy to see if they were good ones. I haven't listened to them yet, but I'm going to. So
enjoy.
Yeah, because
you also let me know which ones you got, Jerry.
I will real quick.
Yeah,
mark those whenever you're ready.
Yeah, because that song Shameless is a Billy Joel song.
Yes, yeah, it was on Stormfront. Yeah,
right. Yeah, it's on Stormfront.
Mm-hmm. I think Garth's version's way better.
Oh, way better. Yeah. Yeah.
It was okay when Billy Joel did it. Garth did an amazing job with it.
Oh yeah. I didn't know Joel did it.
I bought this all for like $10, so it was a really good In Pieces.
Yeah, that's a good album. That's a really good album.
The Chase.
That one's
Yeah.
okay. That one's probably one of my least favorite of the first 5 or 6.
And I guess this is his
Oh, that's
self-titled. Is that his
amazing,
first one? Is
amazing
that his
album.
first one?
Yes,
Yeah, dude,
yeah. That's one of the greatest country albums of all time.
that's like a Appetite of Destruction debut album for country.
And then the
Rope in the
one Rope
Wind.
in the Wind, that's the one that has Shameless on it.
Does it
Um,
have the Thunder Roll?
no, that's on No Fences.
I like that song. That's the one.
That's the
Garth
same.
Brooks
That
song.
album has Thunder Rolls, and it has Friends in Low Places on it.
I like those 2 songs. That's
I
it.
got friends.
But yeah, no, his debut album is just something else. I mean, it is
It's
so good.
I like more ghost songs than Garth Brooks.
I mean, his debut album is probably the most like straightforward country of his albums.
Yeah.
But I think it's phenomenal. There,
Maybe because
He's got a cool honky tonk in
yeah.
Maybe because he
The
did Hard Luck Woman, and I hate that song.
I thought he did a great job.
Oh, he did amazing
Hard
on
Luck
that.
Woman.
But
Yeah.
there's definitely on those 4 CDs, Jerry. There's some really good stuff on there.
Yeah, I haven't got to him yet, but I'm going to eventually.
Yeah, there's some songs that are hit or miss, but there's some really great songs on there, especially.
Now, for me, I do prefer George Strait over him. I love George Strait.
George Strait's awesome as well.
But Garth Brooks is one of my favorites.
I always like telling that story about George Strait, man. I thought what he did that one time was really cool. I think I told it before. I was working as a maintenance guy at a place called Coral Sky Amphitheater. It was an arena, and George Strait played that night. And he was doing, there was a line. There's a pretty good line. There's about 20, 25 people left in line to get signed. And his management was telling him, because I was like 10 feet from him, he's like, we got to go. We got to go. And George said, I'm not going anywhere until I finish this whole line. I thought that was real cool.
So, yeah.
Stand up. He always seemed like a stand up dude.
Everything I've ever heard about him, he's a great dude.
Yeah. There's so many times that they say, okay, guys, I got to go. I'm sorry.
He lifted his finger at the guy and said, no.
Next time,
I mean, like he told his manager, or whoever that was, said, no, I am not leaving until I finish this lineup. And it wasn't a backstage thing necessarily. It's just people that were there.
Mm-hmm.
He came out and started signing, all of a sudden, which was cool. But anyway, Joe.
Was his manager Leanne Warren? Just
kidding. All right. So my number one, I always just have a soft spot for songs with question marks in the title. And this one asks the eternal question: is there life on Mars? David Bowie. I mean, just one of my absolute favorite David Bowie songs. Hunky Dory is an amazing album in general. Changes. Oh, You Pretty Things. But Life on Mars is possibly my favorite David Bowie song. I mean, it's just his vocals on that are amazing. The orchestration's really good. It's a beautiful track. Probably my favorite David Bowie song. So that's my number one for 1971 is David Bowie's Life on Mars.
Fighting in the Dance Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Great fucking tune, dude. Anyway, Mark, go ahead.
Number one, I'm going to pick Led Zeppelin, not the song you picked. One of my favorite songs of all time off of Zeppelin 4, When the Levee Breaks. I love that fucking song. The Beastie Boys sampled the fuck out of that.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, it's got the best. I think that's the best Bonham beat of all time.
Probably the most iconic
beat that he had, and the best groove. If you're on Freeform, I'd say take a shot. Take a shot though, because it ain't Freeform. Take a shot. That fucking song help you. I love it. If it keeps on raining, let that. It just sounds like Robert Plant is in pain the way he's singing it. It's like, and you think about when New Orleans had that hurricane, when the levee broke.
Yeah.
It's like that song just has so much meaning, I fucking love it. Because England doesn't have any levees. This is about New Orleans, man.
Mm-hmm.
They did a lot. They mentioned Chicago in the song.
Maybe it's Chicago. It's like,
so.
But the thing is, when I heard fucking those levees broke in New Orleans, I was thinking about this song. It's an amazing fucking. I know it's a blues standard, I know they added a lot of different stuff to it, like they always do. But if I think of when the levee breaks, I think of Zeppelin. I don't think about, was it Robert Johnson, whoever did this? It
I don't think, was that a cover? I never knew they borrowed that from somebody.
It's a
I never
borrowed
knew that.
song. It's a borrowed
Is it?
song.
I didn't know that.
I will check it out, but
Go ahead. I mean, I don't doubt it because I know that I just never knew that
I'm
about that
pretty
song.
sure you're right. Yeah.
But that was a cool thing about Zeppelin. They kind of made it their own.
Yeah.
The songs
yeah.
like, you know, all the songs on Zeppelin 1 and all that, they kind of made them their own. All right. My number one is what song can possibly be better than Stairway to Heaven for me? I usually don't double dip, but I'm going to.
you always double dip. What the fuck are you talking about, bitch?
I don't hardly. With this band, I double dip
a lot.
I double dip with this band. That's probably why. And Going to California. Absolute fucking
Levee Breaks.
brilliant song. That's why I was saving myself. When Joe mentioned it earlier, I wasn't going to comment on it.
I figured you were going to bring it up, Jerry. I was really
figuring. What a fucking vocal. I mean, the guitar riff, it's simple and beautiful. You got JPJ's mandolin player playing over it and a great vocal by Robert Plant. Incredible fucking song. That was an easy choice for me in 1971. What my favorite song would be, because it's my second favorite Zeppelin song. It's funny because my favorite Zeppelin songs are actually slow songs. 10 Years Gone, okay. Going to California, and the Rain Song are like three of my favorite songs. Go ahead, Mark. What did you find out?
When the Levee Breaks was originally written by Kansas Joe McCoy and the Memphis Mini in 1929.
Zeppelin did them a favor by giving them, because I've never fucking heard of them.
I never heard of that either. I thought it was like one of the blues standards they always.
But how cool for them to know that though, from way back then, man. I mean, that's kind of cool actually.
Well, it was one of the blues standards.
Yeah. But okay,
but cool. They made it better.
They did.
Well, yeah.
Like in my time,
like every song they did, they made it better.
Exactly.
But yeah. All right. Well, that's
Jimmy was a student of all that. I mean, we all know that. I mean, Jimmy was a student of all that.
Well, Jimmy Page played with millions of people before he did Zeppelin.
Yeah,
he was one of the most popular studio musicians before he goes into Zeppelin.
Yeah.
But all right, I don't have any honorable mentions. Andy, do you got any?
Yeah, I do. Just bear with me. Of course, top of the list is going to be Stairway to Heaven. Stairway to Heaven. Won't Get Fooled Again. Dead Flowers off of by the Rolling Stones. Echoes. LA Woman. Will You Love Me Tomorrow by the great Carole King. Long Distance Runaround. Leave On, Madman Across the Water, Tiny Dancer, All One Sentence. Maggie May. Tarkus. Brown Sugar by ZZ Top, and also by the Rolling Stones, and that's it. And that was my first list. I'm not going to read my third list. Just
all right, Joe. What do you got?
All right, I got Chicago, Free, Janis Joplin, Me and Bobby McGee, Jethro Tull. What?
Wait! You said Chicago, Free?
Mm-hmm.
What album is that off of?
3.
Chicago 3.
Chicago 3.
Mm-hmm.
I almost picked that one. So
3 from 3.
Free from 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got it.
Janis Joplin, me and Bobby McGee, Jethro Tull, My God, Rolling Stones, Wild Horses, Rod Stewart, Maggie May, Mark's favorite song.
I like Maggie May.
I thought you said you didn't.
No, I like that song.
Okay. Funkadelic, Maggot Brain. Moody Blues, Story in Your Eyes. Deep Purple, No One Came. Three Dog Night, Old Fashioned Love Song. REO Speedwagon, 157 Riverside Avenue. Nazareth, Witch Doctor Woman. And King Crimson, Lizard. Those are my honorable mentions.
Mark?
I only got 3, and it happened today. T-Rex, Get It On. Can't You Hear Me Knocking, the Rolling Stones. And yes, I've seen All Good People.
All right, well, that's our show for tonight. Joe, you got any final words? What you got going on? Concerts? Anything?
Not much coming up. maybe next month. There's a couple shows that I'm possibly looking at. Nothing set in stone yet. I'm thinking about going to see Bret Michaels, Night Ranger, and Quiet Riot next month, but
Ooh.
it's at a casino, so the ticket prices are ungodly.
Why did they do that? It's weird.
Because it's a casino. They got to make money.
Yeah, the casinos like fuck you up.
Yeah. Which is funny because I saw Queensrÿche at a casino last year and it was not that expensive. But this is like this. There's this local casino for me that has outdoor shows, and it's one of those. It's for those three bands. It's $90 for standing room only.
That's better than Def Leppard, $400.
Yeah, but that's Def Leppard, Mark. It's a difference from seeing Bret
at
Michaels.
A casino.
If this shows you how bad this place is, at the end of August, I was looking at going to see Collective Soul and Live at the same place.
I would go see that.
$80 for Collective Soul.
I would see Collective
Soul.
That's a little bit $80.
That's a little bit expensive for Collective Soul.
For Collective Soul Live, I'd spend $80. I'd spend $80 for that one.
I'm probably gonna.
I spend $80 for
I
that.
I saw Collective Soul open up for Hootie and the Blowfish last year, and they were amazing.
Collective Soul is awesome. Love that.
But I'm probably gonna do that. But yeah, so I'm looking at that show. But yeah, I got this cool new YouTube channel starting up. You might know the guy I'm co-hosting with. But
handsome fella.
Yeah. Some people call him Big Sexy.
That's right.
Some people say he's anonymous member. I don't know. So yeah, no, please. Jerry and I recorded our first show today for our Heavy Water 77 channel. We're going to hopefully get it up here in a few days once we send it to Chris Elio to edit and produce and make us sound good. So we'll hopefully be getting that up here in a few days. If you could we really appreciate it if you check it out, like, share, and subscribe. We're really looking forward to getting this underway, starting on our reviews. We just kind of had a fun little opening episode here. So we really hope everybody enjoys that.
Cool. Tommy, if you're listening, be a guest, please. I'm just
kidding.
Never know. That's all you can say. I mean, the odds are against it, but you never know.
Speaking of Tommy, are you listening? I listened to the solo album by Tommy Shaw from our 1985 show. Dude, that's a really good album.
Oh, What If?
Different from what I thought it was going to be. He gets pretty adventurous on there, and the listener really does get rewarded by that. I think it's a very good musical album.
Yeah, his first two songs, Girls with Guns and What If, I think were great.
I love that songs. I love Ambition.
Yeah.
The
only thing I didn't like was the bluegrass stuff he did.
I saw the bluegrass stuff sucks, but I saw him opening up for Rush with the Ambition tour on Hold.
So he did open for Rush. I think Al was mentioning that.
He did open for Rush on Ambition tour. Yeah. I saw him at the Forum. He did do Ambition. It's pretty cool.
And what Rush album was that?
Hold Your Fire.
Hold Your Fire. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we were thinking it might have been part of Windows.
No, the first concert I seen by Rush was Hold Your Fire.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And on Black Spinner Circle on Tuesday, it's going to be with me, Al, and Joseph, and Manny Mejias. We are going to be doing our top 10 plus 5 instrumentals.
Oh,
instrumental songs. So I'm almost finished with my list.
I thought you guys did that already.
Instrumentals? No, we've never done
Remember,
it.
I sent you a list and On an Island or David Gilmour. No, that was solo albums from bands.
We should do an instrumental
solo
list on
musicians
this
from
podcast.
Never mind, you're right.
Jerry.
You're right. That would be cool. I wouldn't mind doing that.
We should do it. We'll come up with it next time.
Well, maybe we'll see.
Well, what we got on Freeform coming is we got Coheed and Cambria. What is this shit? It's a Good Apollo.
What is this shit?
No, but it's a long album. Good Apollo, I'm Burning, volume, 5, volume 1, The Fear Through the Eyes of Madness. It's a long album title. So it's
just say you're reviewing a Coheed and Cambria.
Coheed and Cambria. We're reviewing. And what are we doing next week, Jerry? Yes.
We are going to be doing our top 11 double albums of all time. It could be live, it can be whatever. Just no compilations, right?
No compilation. Live double albums. Like Double Live Gonzo. Ted Nugent. You can do
Ninth
that.
and
Is it,
ninth,
is it
something
just
like
live
that.
albums or studio albums too?
Studio
Anyone.
and live. You could mix
It's
it
not
up.
compilations. Yeah.
It's
Okay,
not
I'm doing 2 lists because there's no way I'm putting them both on the same list. There's no way.
All right, man. Thank you guys for being on the show. Jerry, take us out, man.
Go Panthers. Fuck Edmonton. Sorry, Eric. I know you just posted something and I gave you a snooty comment back. But how can you be an Oilers fan, Eric? You're a
Eric
Canadiens fan. Yeah.
Because
I know that, but he's a fucking Montreal Canadian fan. Those two teams don't like
he's
each other.
Canadian.
Boo.
He wants a Canadian team to win.
I
Fuck you,
know,
Eric.
I'm just fucking with him.
Hey, we will talk to Eric tomorrow. By the way.
USA.
I would say I just because they brag about inventing hockey, I never want a Canadian team to ever win the Stanley Cup ever again.
I only like two. I only like Vancouver and Vancouver and Winnipeg. The only two Canadian.
I only like Vancouver when Pavel Bure was on that team.
He was Panther too.
Well, there you go. All right, let's get the fuck out of here, guys. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Take it easy. God bless. And let's get the fuck out of here.
I'll be in touch with you, Joe, about the show and all that.
All right,
guys. Later.
Bye-bye.